Ireland's fight for freedom, many men have fallen. Their lives given proudly for the cause. Those gallant lives given for their country. And to you now the story I will tell. Won't you sing them a song, sing a lullaby to heaven, let your comrades know you understand. Won't you sing them a song, sing a lullaby to heaven, that our lads and lassies will sing along. Remember Peter Cleary and Fergal Carhar, both were murdered by the forces of the Crown. We'll speak with pride of Jim Lockery and Sean Campbell. In South Armagh these gallant men did dwell. Won't you sing them a song, sing a lullaby to heaven, let your comrades know you understand. Won't you sing them a song, sing a lullaby to heaven, that our lads and lassies will sing along. In North Armagh, remember McIlvanna, Crossy, Burns, Toman and McCarr. And from Tyrone, McKerney, Cardy and Coney, McNally, Ryan, Tony Doris too. Won't you sing them a song, sing a lullaby to heaven, let your comrades know you understand. Won't you sing them a song, sing a lullaby to heaven, that our lads and lassies will sing along. Remember Bob Kelly and Jim Bryson, Skipper Burns, Sean Savage and Billy Reid. These men all hail from the gallant Belfast Battalion. So many more I cannot them all name. Won't you sing them a song, sing a lullaby to heaven, let your comrades know you understand. Won't you sing them a song, sing a lullaby.
Well, folks, what's crack? How's all doing this afternoon? Another cracking Sunday here. It's good to be back, so it is, on the Rebel Sundays Hot Seats. We'll get things going here for you with theme tune, then we'll get the crack going for you.
You're listening to the Rebel Rebel podcast with Rory Carson. Tasha Vigeshdak, leis an fod crúlaí Rebel Rebel le Rory McCarson.
Well, folks, what's a crack? Big Row here on another Rebel call. Start again. We're on another Rebel Sundays on the Rebel podcast, folks, here on live on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter as well. So if you're watching, folks, today on any of the streams, please do me a big favour, share the stream for me if you could. It'd be much appreciated. So just share. If you probably better share it on Facebook. If you're watching on Facebook, just hit the wee share button for me. And it'll be much appreciated. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, you can share the link. Also, if you're watching on Twitter, you can basically retweet the link to today's show, and we'll get as many people joined in as possible. So, no football today, well, apart from the Huns playing. Oh, shouldn't have said it there. Make a cut off at 4 o'clock. So, I'll be done by then. So, don't forget, folks, we're here till 4 o'clock this afternoon, not 5. We started back on the 3-hour show a few weeks ago. So, I hope you do understand. And you have to forgive my appearance today, folks. I do look like a bag of shite. But obviously I need a shave, I need a haircut, so I do. But listen, I'm here. That's the main thing. Couple of late nights here gigging, folks, in early mornings and stuff. And literally I got into this room here 15 minutes ago. I had to set up the whole studio. So you're lucky I'm here at all. So you are. So there you go. Right, so we'll get a few wee comments and see who's watching the show today. So on Facebook we'll have Shireen Duffy. What's crack, Shireen? On Facebook as well. Tim O'Brien is watching. Gary Sharvin on Facebook. What's going on, Big Row? What's crack, Gary? How you doing? On YouTube, we'll have Ryan Murhay. Is that, I go say Murphy? Is it Murphy? Murhay. Hail, Birmingham and Clara Celtic Supporters Club. Up the boys. Happy days. There's Elaine. What's the crack on White Rock Gardens? Happy Sunday, everyone. Gary Sharvin says, I'm alive on YouTube. Yes, mate. Live and well on YouTube. Ryan Murray again there, right? So Carla McCrory is watching on YouTube. There's Harley Townsend. Harley Townsend, what's crack, Harry? Dan Seacroft, morning all, how you doing? Big Johan the Swedish Provo, 2 weeks countdown, yes folks. So we'll have basically today and next Sunday, Rebel Sundays, before we'll have the big one, the biggest Rebel gig of this year. It's going to be happening in Belfast. Forget all the other venues. It's all going to be happening on Saturday the 4th of December, folks. The big fans gathering in the PD Club in West Belfast. So cannot wait. Really looking forward to it. So I can't wait to see us all there. John Crosgrove, beautiful Sunday to you all. Ray Callahan on Facebook, good afternoon, Ro. Yep, how do you it? Mallow Ballad Fest there you go. Martin is on. What time is Peter and Paul on? Paul and Peter, yeah. Right, so yes, folks, we're going to have the lads today from Clover, Paul Sheeran and Peter O'Connell. They're going to be coming on for a wee chat about 2:30. So yeah, Martin, they'll be on about 2:30 for you. So we'll get, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll have them live on the screen like we've done with David Ravix a few weeks ago. So it all seemed to go to plans. Hopefully that'll work again this afternoon for us. So yep, they're going to be on today at about 2:30, Martin. Ryan says, shared happy days. Lee Curry is watching. He says, good afternoon, everyone. Happy Rebel Sunday. Mark C79 on YouTube. Rebel Sunday. Here we go. Brilliant. Mark Reed is watching on Facebook. 4-leaf clover on my chest. Rocker 68883. Hello from America. Whereabouts in America are you watching today from, Rocker? We'll have loads of people. Hugh O'Neill, how you doing? Hi, Rowan, everyone. Robert McElhenney. Hey y'all, Robert, what's the crack? Joseph P. McAver, hello from Ocean City, Maryland today. Yeah, unkept, unshaven, ragamuffin. I know, mate, I look like shit, seriously, I do. But listen, what can you do? So you're lucky I'm here at all, so never mind. Joseph Case, hello from Cleveland, Ohio. Here, tell me this here, Joseph, is the Treehouse Bar still there in Cleveland? Is it? I know when we were over, we spent a few St. Patrick's weeks in Cleveland, way back probably in a good few years ago, and with our new flute band, and that's where we were hanging out the whole time we were there in the Treehouse. Great crack, great bar. So it was. I see Dave Sinclair, afternoon row from West Lothian. Good man. Marty is on. What's crack? So Marty is away today to the Pierce Jordan parade. Yes, so that is the song I'm going to start off today with, folks. As you know, every year our new flute band celebrates basically the life of volunteer Pierce Jordan, and what they'll do, they'll have a a weekend of events. Obviously, they had their main big event last night in the Devonish, Celtic Mania. Shebeen, Stephen, Bick was playing, and also the band was playing themselves as well. And then they're going to be celebrating today after the parade is finished. The parade should be kicking off around about now at the top of the White Rock, so it should, heading down the road, and then going to be finishing off at the Felons Club, where there'll be there's normally the Pierce Jordan Memorial Quizbees on, and I think Stephen is playing as well for entertainment. And then tonight in the Felons, the Irish Brigaders will be playing to finish off the Ernu Flute Band weekend of events. So we're going to start off the show today with volunteer Pierce Jordan, and we'll do this here from Old's cracking live CD, live at the Brazen Head. And folks, if any of you haven't seen the documentary in this, go and watch it. Just type in the YouTube Old live the Brazen Head documentary, and it'll pop up. It's so big up the coach, Gary Oakes, right-hand man. He came over here, toured Ireland all over the place, interviewing people like Cruncher, Jim Sherry, Dackie McLaughlin and Derry, all different bands from Scotland as well, put their input into it. And Gary and Paddy from Oak as well had a good bit of input. They were talking about the whole band, how it was set up, blah, 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 blah. It's a great watch. It lasts about an hour or so. So if you haven't watched it yet, folks, go and watch it. Brilliant documentary. That's what's Oak, live the Brazen Head, the documentary. So that's what we're going to start off today's show with. So this is Oak, in memory of volunteer Pierce Jordan, folks, on Rebel Sundays.
We're going to continue on. A song about a young man from Belfast who was shot dead by RUC. I'd like to dedicate this song to this young man's family. They put us up on numerous occasions in Belfast, and we've been overplayed. It's a ballad of Pierce Jordan, dedicated to Teresa Q and Matt. Please come to the very best of Auld in the house when we sing this song, please. A young man was shot on the Falls Road today. The bulletins came through to hide the truth away. For different stories to cover the lies. It was cold-blooded murder, 'cause Pierce Jordan to die. She travelled the Falls Road early that night. The police, they were watching. They kept you inside. They rammed your car from every side. As you staggered away, your shots and you died. Slang a foil, Macara, just for a while. We'll not have your crack, your jokes or your smiles, but in years to come, your memory's still true. A brave son of Ireland, we will not forget you. Your killer that night, we did not even see. Shot him the back of the RUC. Now they won't be punished, no justice they'll meet. For shooting Pierce Jordan, unarmed in the streets. Slang of foil, my cara, just for a while. You'll not have your crack, your jokes, or your smiles, but in years to come, your memory's still true. A brave son of Ireland, we will not forget you. The grief that is felt by his family is sore. To know that they'll never see Pierce anymore. No chance to hold him or tell him goodbye. But they're proud of their son and the cause that he held high. Slang a foil, my cara, just for a while. We'll not have your crack, your jokes, or your smiles, but in years to come, your memory's still true. A brave son of Ireland, we will not forget you. Slang a foil, my cara, just for a while. We'll not have your crack, your jokes, or your smiles, but in years to come, your memory's still true. Goodbye, my dear friend. We will not forget you.
There you go, folks. Absolutely fantastic air for you. That is the ball there of Pierce Jordan, so it is. From Ould live at the legendary Brazen Head in Glasgow. So it is. And I say, if you haven't watched that documentary yet, folks, go and watch it. It's a great watch if you have an hour or so. Spare time, just go on to YouTube and search for Ould live at the Brazen Head, and you'll find the documentary the coach made. So fair play to you, mate. Big up to you. So back to a few comments. Here's the mother is off today, so she is. So she's down chilling out, watching the big screen. Afternoon, folks. Looking forward to meeting you all. So folks, if any of you are coming to the big fans gathering, my mad Kate's with the first one at the door you're going to meet, so she is, and you'll know it's her. So it is once you get there, I can tell you that. Let's see, Barry Nolan's watching. Hello from Greystones and Wicklow. What's the crack, Barry? Alton Kern, good lad, Rogue. Can you please play Gary Ogue, the legend, for my son Josh? Rocker, so he says he's listening in Massachusetts. Good man over in America. Happy days. Ronan McDonald, what's crack? Ronan, happy birthday, mate. I didn't know. I'd seen you had a good birthday bash there a couple of weeks ago up in Derry. Brilliant. Fair play to you. Had some night there of entertainment to put on for you, so it was. Carla McCrory, enjoy Marty. Yes. Tim O'Brien says hello from Vietnam. Good man, Tim. See, this is mad, folks. I met people listen to this show from all over the world. Terry Mealy, good afternoon, everyone. Happy Sundays. Ram Murray says you'll never beat the Irish. Mark Reid says, what is the song we will not is the song we will not now to our queen or wear poppy but a 4-leaf clover of parade? Jim McCaff, how's it going, boys? Hail, hail. Arthur Taylor on Facebook, good afternoon from Paradise Way, Glasgow. Happy days. Arthur McMillan, Let's see. Who else we have here? There's Maura Burns on. What's crack, Maura? How you doing? Kieran, Kez Free, listen, you're in Canada, aren't you, Kieran? Good morning, listening on Facebook today. They're on YouTube. Is that Jerome Cads? Ro, any chance you playing Irish Ways and Irish Laws? Yes, I'm going to have that there lined up next few minutes. That's the first request of the day, as I can see. James, Devin McClave, what's crack, James? Here, that must have been some crack yesterday, going all that way to go and watch that match and then getting bit. Like, Jesus Christ, mate. I actually seen the highlights here on Sky Sports last night. You didn't put on a great show at all for your fans. All them bloody Brummies heading way up there, she did. But here, it looks like a good session in that bus anyway, so fair play to you. Let's see. Rocker said, so who's performing this song? That was Ogue. Band is obviously no longer together. Gary Ogues would perform on his own nice ways. But that was from the legendary CD that basically set the bar for all Rebel albums. So it did. That's Ogue, Leave the Brazen Head. Richard O'Callaghan, good afternoon from Dublin. What's the crack, Richard? How you doing? Kieran Wallace, yahoo! Is that sounds like you're doing an impression of what do I call him? Mick Chinford. Yahoo, the lads. Arthur Taylor. Don Keebler, good morning from Massachusetts as well. Let's see. Jim McCaff says, any chance of playing the men from Cross McLean? Scott Temperley is on as well today on Facebook. Good afternoon, everyone. Show is being shared in the Bundoran 2021 page. Mate, you'll need to change it to the Bundoran 2022 page by this rate, see you will. Jim McCaff says, Ro, love your show. Can't wait until 1 o'clock every Sunday. That's what I'd like to hear, mate. Happy days. Right, so we're going to do the next song for you. So, who was it? So I found out who was looking for Irish Ways and Irish Laws before we get on. So it was for Jerome. It looks like actually a new listener on YouTube. Jerome Cads. So this was for you. And we're going to do the Christy Moore versions. Hopefully it doesn't get us cut off with a bit of luck. If anybody's watched the Late Show your night with Gubshade Ryan Topperly, he'd turn that show on when he's doing it, but they all time that good guests on. So obviously Christy Moore was inducted into I think it was the Irish Music the Hall of Fame, where he got an award from RTE for something for the legendary Irish music artist or something like that. But he sung a song the other night. I think it was the Delirium Dreams one. But obviously he got Leo Vargan, he got Sammy Wilson, Arlene Foster, Gregory Campbell, all of them. Great way you listen to it. If you haven't seen it there, you may find it on YouTube or go back and watch it on the RT player. Christy Moore's performance tonight on the Late Show. Here goes, this is for Jerome. This is Christy Moore, folks, on Rebel Sundays with Irish Ways and Irish Laws.
Once upon a time there was Irish ways and Irish laws, villages of Irish blood, waken to the morning, waken to the morning. Then the Vikings came around, turned us up and turned us down, started building boats and towns. They tried to change our living, tried to change our living. Cromwell and his soldiers came, started centuries of shame, but they could not make us turn. We are a river flowing, we're a river flowing. Again the soldiers came, burnt our houses, stole our grain, shot the farmers in their fields, working for a living. has kept the spirit of a man above the pain descending, above the pain descending. Today the struggle carries on. I wonder will I live so long to see the gates being opened up to a people and their freedom, a people and their freedom. Once upon a time there was Irish ways and Irish laws, villages of Irish blood, waken to the morning, waken to the morning.
There we go. That is the Bertie Christy Moore I think it was for Jarlath, wasn't there? With Irish Ways and Irish Laws, class version. That's what it is. Right, with a few more comments here jumping through. Hugh Neal, what's crack? Kate, I can't wait to see the landlady again. Jackie Maxwell, good afternoon. Fi Glasgow, hail, hail. Good Glasgow voice there. Listen on Facebook today. Let's see who else do we have. Scott says, yeah, it'll be changed on New Year's Day. Yeah, you'd have a crabbit mood because one wee has more hair than you. Yes, definitely. Well, I hadn't realised the other day, folks. Obviously, I'd been sharing my posts on Facebook and they were going directly to my podcast Instagram page. Normally, anything I post on my personal Facebook page, trying to just sort of keep like family stuff, whatever. But I hadn't realised there were two of them were linked. So I was wondering why people were commenting on my Instagram the other day at the picture I put of Maeve. So obviously, I was sitting in the house yesterday morning, sitting there with this big head of hair on her, and I'm sitting there with her gradually going back and back. And I think they put the post up saying, like, imagine being jealous of the hairline of a basically 11-week-old baby, but here it's just she's growing up there, crack a wee child. And I seriously just love her a bit, so do. Let's see, James McMullen is watching on Facebook, so he is. Maura Burns there as well. Let's see, Carla McCoy, it says, Ro, can you shout out hi to Pat, Devane and Bobby and Finbar's GAA GAA with Val and Dale. So are you in watching the day in St Finbar, watching the show? Happy days. Tony Kenny says, good afternoon, Ro, great show. Can you play 90 miles from Dublin up the Rebels? Yep, possibly get that on later on for you. Paul Walsh is listening today in Benidorm in Spain. Happy days, mate, good man. Adam Murray says, any chance of Kinky Boots, please, for Lydia? Could be arranged. Right, so what we're going to do next, we're going to do a song here, right? But before we do this here song, folks, right? Obviously, if any of us were watching, well, obviously, you weren't watching the show last week because I was due to have the show on last week with Peter and Paul, and obviously then last Friday, basically the shocking news came through. The big skin, Stephen Riley of Glasgow, folks, had passed away, so we had, and so obviously we called the show off last week in memory of Big Skin. And I have to say, fair play to the Green Brigade and everybody else who yesterday at the Cup semi-final had a massive big banner in the stand, says R.I.P. Skin. He was one of the good guys, and then a basically big banner with his face as well on, which was fantastic. So fair play to the lads who organised that yesterday. So we're going to play George and Pop next, we are, especially for Skin. I know that was his favourite song. We're actually trying to find the Alan Quinton version there, but I can't find it for some reason. I know like, they were been regulars in the Squirrel playing, so they would every or week. So, but I'm going to play the Callie's main version because I do love this. Whenever I play a song, I like to hear a real Derry band sing it, you know. So, folks, before we do play the Ballad of George and Pop, so I'm going to what I want to do now, folks, is just, I'm going to put up a minute's silence, especially for this man, especially folks. Stephen Riley, big skin. Over the years, he was a big supporter of the podcast. So he was, and obviously when we were talking about getting the show over, to do the tour, Skin was one of the first ones on me saying, "Listen, yeah, I'd love to get it in the Squirrel or the Real McCoy, one of the nights that you're free." So he was really wanting to get the live show over. So. It's a lot of people have took this really hard, folks, and I think when you see his funeral, when it's going to be taking place this week, the crowds are going to gather for it. It'll show you how much Skin was loved. So what I'm going to do a minute's silence here, folks, and then we'll play the song. So this is, folks, in memory of Big Skin, Stephen Riley. Thank you, folks. Much appreciated.
On the slopes of the Craigan, one morning in May, 4 lads left their base with hearts young and gay. Their cause was for freedom, a cause long denied, and the foreign oppressor they went to defy. While patrolling our streets, they met with the foe. With the guns at the ready, our lads had to go. So we raised up our hands and we'll curse that British land, who torment the very hearts of men who dare to cross their paths. But my heart is broken too. Won't you tell me what to do? They couldn't stop our Georgian power. They'll not stop me and you. For the police, it went silent when the shooting died down. 2 young lads lay there dead on the streets of our town. Just another 2 lives lost for the ongoing fight. And in Derry we mourn on that faithful night. So we raise up our hands and we curse that British land, who torment the very hearts of men who dare to cross their path. But my heart is broken too. Oh, won't you tell me what to do? They couldn't stop our Georgian power, and they'll not stop me and you. Georgie and Paul, cold cast stone. It is fighting for Derry, their own native home.
So we'll always remember, and don't you ever forget, we were fighting for Jerry, and we all been there. Let's hear ya!
So we will.
Text across their paths, but my heart is broken too. Won't you tell me what to do? We couldn't stop our Georgian love, and don't not stop me and you. So we will raise up our hands and we'll curse our British land, who's overmeant the very hearts of men who dare to cross their paths. But my heart is broken too. Oh, won't you tell me what to do? They couldn't stop our Georgian power, and do not stop me and you. Thank you.
Here you go, folks. Sound of the brilliant, fantastic Kelly's man there, if you from Derry. That is it's just that version there, folks. It's amazing. So it is. I think even anytime I play Grace, normally even when I do a normal DJ gig, be at a wedding or a party or something, you always get lumbered playing Grace at the end of the night or whatever. And the Kelly's Man live version is always the version I play. It's my go-to. Like, I think that album there is probably the most played album in the show, folks. What has been from the very, very start. Love it. So really looking forward to whenever they record their new album here in Sandino's, I think in a few weeks' time for their 10th anniversary on the road. Rena McBride there, she's yeah, class. Dave Sinclair, what a version, amazing. Hugh, you're right, says, where's Beaver Snatcher these days? He's been very quiet lately. Stevie Holbrook as well hasn't been on. Where's he at? He mustn't be alerted today, so he isn't. Dave Sinclair, yep. R.I.P. Big Skin, yes. What one there was in memory of Big Skin, folks. Stephen Riley, who unfortunately passed away last Friday. His funeral is going to be this between this Tuesday and Wednesday, folks. So I'm sure if you want to attend, if you're over in Glasgow, just go all of the different Rebel bands and all the bars have all shared the details of what of it's going to be his funeral route. But I'll get up here the actual details of it and give it out so you all know, in case any of you don't know where to find it. Maybe easier for you, so mate. Because there's going to be some crowd, folks, at that funeral this week, I have to say. So there is. Let's see. Kieran Kesfield says, "Yep. God bless Big Skin." Johan Carlson, yep. May the legacy of Big Skin live on. I know when Johan would have been a regular, so he would have in Skin's bars when he was over in Glasgow. So he would have honoured to share a favourite song with a good man, R.I.P. Stephen Riley. James McMullen, yep. What a tribute. Valerie says, "Can't wait another 2 weeks to our big Xmas night out." Yes. Folks, I cannot wait. But we'll be talking about it there. So we'll have Peter and Paul from Clover on the show. So we will. Right, so of course, we can't do the show without mentioning the wee man, Bertie Auld, as well, who passed away this week. And it means obviously you can see the tributes have been paid on Sky Sports, all channels, from Rangers men and Celtic men. Everybody has basically been sharing their stories of Bertie Auld this week and what a wee man he was. So listen, we're going to do this song here for Bertie Auld, Celtic legend from the legendary 67 team who won the European Cup. And he was just a wee rascal, so he was. But just one of them people that's just, his name will always live on, not just for his football, but just for the man and he was. So we're going to do this here. This, of course, is just basically for Mr. Celtic. We'll have to play the Celtic song, folks, on Rebel Sundays.
It's a grand old team, the dad. to make your heart grow sad. God bless them, we don't care if we win, lose or draw. Darn the hair we care, because we only know that there's going to be a show, and the Glasgow Celtic will be there. It's the best darn team in Scotland, and the Fleagers all are grand. We'll support the Celtic as they are the finest in the land. We love them, we'll be there to give the boys a cheer when the league flag flies, and it cheers us up when we know the Scottish Cup is coming home to rest in paradise.
Yeah, especially wee Bertie at one there, Mr. Celtic himself, Bertie Auld. Tell me this here, folks, if any of you are listening there, probably a bit more sort of history in Celtic than myself, but I just don't know this here. So why do they call him Wee 1030? I was trying to Google it the other day and I couldn't find what it was. I've seen loads of people saying RIP 1030 Wee Bertie. So is it something to do with the European Cup or something or whatever it was? If any of you know, I'm sure you probably will know. If you could let me know. Right, so we're going to move on, folks. So I've done a gig there on Friday night. Obviously, you see me sharing the poster for a few weeks in a row with... It was all native of the Palestinian aid for the children in Palestine. It was in the Red Devil Bar on the Falls Road. And I obviously say it was phenomenal to share a stage with David Ravix, who we had on the show a couple of weeks ago. And then Paul McAdam from Ardoyne, who obviously was performing a lot of his own songs as well. I think on the night itself, David's song, Up the Provost, of course, all about... Francis Hughes got the biggest reception of the night when he played it. Everybody was singing along, going mad to it. But I have to say the new song that Paul McAdam has written was his first time singing it live. Cometa Green, all about volunteer Kieran Doherty, was just phenomenal. So it was, and it was great. I mean, you could hear a pin drop in the hall whenever he sang it. But say, if anyone want to watch the show, I was there and recorded both sets live on Facebook. So if you can just back the Rebel Rebel Podcast Facebook page, folks, you can just jump back in and look over Friday night's feed. I think I shared them yesterday as well, and you'll be able to see both full sets from David Ravix and Paul McAdam. Really, really good watch if you have a chance, folks, to watch them. So talking about the other night, so obviously I was playing a few songs at the start and in between the singers and then at the end as well. So I haven't played this song on the show in a while, so I haven't. Obviously, every week you always ask me every week you always ask me to play the song. So I'm talking about the Emer McLaughlin song, Paddy Kelly, the Prayer Dungannon. So I played this song the other night at the gig on Friday in the Red Devil, and I could see a woman when you're sort of up the stage, you sort of people watch and you look around, and there's one I could see her getting really teary eyed, and next thing she was just like a ball of tears. And see, once the song was finished, she came up to me, she did, and literally she came up to me and literally crying her eyes out and gave me a hug and just said that song was just beautiful. So it was, who sung it? And obviously I was telling her it was Emer, and actually we're going to get this out. And I obviously said, listen, it's on Spotify, you can buy one of her albums, whatever. And she's like, that song was just she says, I didn't know Paddy Kelly, she says, but I knew who he was, and just listen to the words of it. She said it's just heartbreaking. And there was actually Emer texted me yesterday morning about something else, and I was talking about here, and I'd said here, and she said, yeah, about this here song about the girl, and she said, yeah, it's a real tearjerker and heart clencher. Okay, alright, so it is. So we're going to do this one now, folks, on Rebel Sundays. Moving on with the tunes. This is from Emer's album Thorn England Side. This is great track. If you're not written by Emer, but she performed it, and on the song with her is Katie Kelly, the granddaughter of Paddy Kelly. Singing some of the vocals, which is fantastic. So this is a real favourite of the show, folks. So it is. So here we go. This is Emer McLaughlin with Paddy Kelly, the Prayer Dungannon.
When I think of our soldiers and the battles they fought to tear down the rules of the crime, how my eyes fill with tears as it's brought to my ears of those men who will ne'er be forgotten.
In Carrickfergus, Paddy Kelly
Irish soldiers had laid down their lives in the depths of those cold H-block cells. From the teachings and words of the brave Bobby Sands, for his country he took up the fight. When our brave Bobby Sands had given his life to gain Ireland's justice and right. Back to his family in his hometown Dungannon, he moved there to start a new life and to take up the reins of his family's long history of rebels against England's might. He rose to the ranks of our bold IRA, from his humble beginnings well known to the officer commanding that mighty brigade of those men from that great East Tyrone. Informers had tried and immeasurably failed to lay down our volunteer load. But with discipline, cool, and calm dedication, our hero would strike one more blow. He trained up our bold volunteers to a man, as his ancestors did long before him. The blood in his veins, it ran just the same, with the longing for old Ireland's freedom. Then in Lockall one day, when our bold IRA went bravely to fight for the freedom, an ambush was led, with their lives they have paid. Our men fell in action forever.
So they led him to rest in old Eden dark, with the green Tom and shamrock above him. Warren Keat and his children said one last farewell to a man they had loved so dearly.
From a family revered by the brave Thomas Clark, in the days of that great Easter rising, came a true Irish son, who from war never run, Paddy Kelly, the pride of Dungannon. Paddy Kelly, the pride of Dungannon. La la la, la la,
Paddy Kelly, the pride of Dungannon.
There we go, fantastic Emer and Glahon there with you, with Paddy Kelly, the Pride of Dungannon, and featuring Paddy's granddaughter Katie Kelly, and that is on Emer's latest CD, A Thorn in England's Side. Folks, will check it out there, and great to see Emer's over in Glasgow this weekend, bashing the gigs out, doing brilliant there. I think she was in Caesars there on Friday. She was done a great gig there last night with TNC Promotions. Christy and Tony there with the big John Hartson, and I think she's in Malone's this evening along with Christy. So great weekend for Emer, fair play there. As I mentioned, folks, she texted me yesterday morning, or obviously I was mentioning about this here song there, but I along with Emer, I have to say, a lot of other people, prominent sort of Irish rebel singers and bands and people in the scene, attacked me over the weekend. Obviously, you may have seen the post I put up on Friday night on Facebook. Maybe a wee bit cryptic. A lot of people are going, who's he on about there? What's he talking about? Maybe a bit of dig at somebody. And I've since took the post down because I think the point has got across. The person who it was aimed at sort of knows and is sort of talking to them. But I sort of still meant what I said. I mean, in this industry, folks, it's crazy. I mean, obviously a lot of the rebel singers and stuff, they are there to earn a living, but they're first and foremost they're there to get the message across about what the songs are about, who they're about, and obviously why they're on stage singing them for. But at the end of the day, it's still a business, so it is. I mean, you have to look after yourself, but there is a hell of a lot of backstabbing goes on, and I know I've suffered at the hands of have basically people who I think I could talk to and go, how you doing? They'll stand and talk to you, and the next thing you find out a couple of hours later, they're basically knifing you in the back to somebody else saying how much of an asshole you are, you done this here. I mean, I've just sort of gone to accept it now that there happens, whatever, you know what I mean? And I seen like something the other day, you're not always go everybody's cup of tea, so you're not, so you have to just live with it, you know what I mean? And just talking of cups of tea, it's great when my ma is actually off. Look, she brought this into me. It says, I only ever got a cup of tea when she's here, because I never have time to make it myself, but it says on it, you're a gobshite, but you're my gobshite, so cheers, mother. There you go. But yeah, the whole point of the thing me saying there was, I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but basically, if you're going to get on me, get on me. I know there's some people will get on with me because of what I'm trying to do on the show. There's a lot of jealousy in this scene. A lot of people think, what I've heard before is he's only in this here for the money. He only does this for the money. Who the hell do you think he is, charging people to watch his show? Did he write the songs? All this here, blah, 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 blah. No, I didn't write the songs, but I mean, obviously when I first started doing this here out, I'm not charging people now, but I hadn't put up the link for the PayPal and stuff, but I think I reluctantly put that up, folks. But obviously then when the lockdown happened, and I seen a lot of the other bands were all putting one up, and same myself, folks. I was busy. I had my job, but busy. I had a second income as a DJ, and I lost that completely. So when lockdown was on, and then obviously whenever everything reopened up again, I could have went back to working every single Sunday, which I normally would be. I'd been working today as well, and I said no. The sort of show has grew legs as it is. I have a massive following now. I see, obviously, like the whole big fans gathering has came out of the following I have, and I decided to keep the show going on a Sunday. But to do this, folks, it takes a lot of commitment, so it does. And I had to buy a lot of new equipment to do this here, new software that I also pay for every month and stuff, new cameras, lighting and stuff, whatever. And I say it doesn't come cheap. Do you know what I mean? So that is why I sort of had put up the PayPal link, folks. So basically, I'm saying to everybody, listen, if you have something there you can share, no problem. Thanks very much. Throw something in, whatever. There is ones every week that donate to me, and fair play to you. You all know who you are. So that is why I'm doing it, folks. But the post I put up the other night, it's to me now it's sorted. Well, not really sorted. I'm still very pissed off of the fly one that was pulled. So I am. Although I think there's a bit of a grey area there whether the person thinks there's a fly one pulled or not. But we'll have to just agree to disagree on it. So in my mind, I was justified more to say it on it, but the post is now down, so we're going to move on. Right, so moving on with the posts here. Somebody asked me for Kinky Boots earlier on there, so this will be the first challenge today, see if we're going to be cut off by Facebook or not. Once we normally do the Ice Brigade, anything at all by the Ice Brigade will normally get cut off. So trying to crawl through the post there, I don't know who the hell it was. So if you ask for Kinky Boots, just put your thing back in, and I'll get it on for you. Here we go. So this is the Irish Brigade with one of their albums recorded live in Dublin. This is Kinky Boots, folks, on Rebel Sundays. We'll do the full talking bit beforehand. Love hearing Jagger Glacken's voice the way he justifies these songs.
This is a song actually got into the charts for us. I do believe a reliable source told me it got to number 3 in Cambodia.
That's Cambodia, by the way.
Oh, right, somewhere around there, but I couldn't read it. The man said that's what it said on the internet, so fair play to them. It's a wee song called Kinky Boots. I drove my Saracen through your garden last night. I kicked your front door down around at midnight. Something's telling me, boy, you're avoiding me. And when I find you, you will go for your tea. Oh, I've got a brand new shiny helmet and a pair of kinky boots. I've got a lovely new black jacket and a lovely darky suit. And when we go on night patrol, we'll hold each other's hands. Oh, we are the British Army, and we're here to take your land. My good friend Neville, he's in the RUC.
I see.
But now they've handed him his redundancy.
I see.
Folks along the border won't be seeing him anymore. That provost sniper will be missing him for sure. Oh, I've got a brand new shiny helmet and a pair of kinky boots. I've got a lovely new black jacket and a lovely khaki suit. And when we go on night patrol, we hold each other's hands. Oh, we are the British Army, and we're here to take your land. My good friend Andy, he's in the UDR, searching for weapons. He will go near and far. Up around by Kappa, you never find him there. The only gun he'd get there is an armalite in his ear. Oh, I've got a brand new shiny helmet and a pair of kinky boots. I've got a lovely new flak jacket and a lovely khaki suit. And when we go on night patrol, we hold each other's hands. Oh, we are the British Army, and we're here to take your land. My good friend Nigel, he's in the SAS.
Oh yes, oh yes.
He said a change is just as good as a rest. Now they've gone and posted him way down to cross the glen. He wishes to blazes he was back in jail again. Oh, I've got a brand new shiny helmet and a pair of kinky boots. I've got a lovely new flat jacket and a lovely khaki suit. And when we go on night patrol, we hold each other's hands. Oh, we are the British Army, and we're here to take your land. We verse for Sammy Wilson, Sammy the Streaker from the DUP. My good friend Sammy, he's in the DUP, an outstanding member, as all the world can see. I said, go up to Donegal if you want to have some fun. He said, I'll take a run there if I have nothing on. Oh, I've got a brand new shiny helmet and a pair of kinky boots. I've got a lovely new flat jacket and a lovely khaki suit. And when we go on night patrol, we hold each other's hands. Oh, we are the British Army, and we're here to take your land. Another wee verse for old Johnny Mad Dog there, and the Sea Cat Company. My good friend Johnny, he's left the UDA. He said he preferred the LVF any day. Calling all his friends now, getting ready for a fight. He's made an appointment to meet Billy Wright. Oh, I've got a brand new shiny helmet and a pair of kinky boots. I've got a lovely new black jacket and a lovely khaki suit. And when we go on night patrol, we hold each other's hands. Oh, we are the British Army, and we're here to take your land. First verse again, let's see you singing that. Here we go. I drove my Saracen through your garden last night. I kicked your front door down around at midnight. Something's telling me, boy, you're avoiding me. And when I find you, you will go for your tea. Oh, I've got a brand new shiny helmet and a pair of kinky boots. I've got a lovely new black jacket and a lovely khaki suit. And when we go on night patrol, we hold each other's hands. Oh, we are the British Army, and we're here to take your land. We are the British Army, and we're here to take your land. Oh, yes, we are.
Going ahead, Jerry, you legend, you. Jerry Glacken there, folks in the Irish Brigade with, of course, Kinky Boots. That was for Lydia, so it was for, finally found who it was, so I asked for that one, so that was for Lydia this afternoon, folks. This is, pardon me, this is Rebel Sundays, folks, on the Rebel podcast. I have myself Ro here for you till 4 o'clock this afternoon. If you are watching on Facebook, please just hit the wee share button. There's been lots of shares the day, folks, already. So keep going the shares. And we're still on Facebook for very, very rare once you play an Irish Brigade song that we don't cut off. But in my mind right now, I can just see a red flag pop up going bang, because I know like this feed is maybe 20 seconds, 30 seconds behind. So sometimes as soon as the song's finished, Facebook decides, right, I've had enough, fuck yous, and cut you off. But the good thing is we're able to start it off straight away and jump back into the feed again. Jerry Friel says, go on your cell row, R9. Hugh O'Neill, excellent. Excellent. Elaine says, well said, Ro, if they're giving off while they listen to the show, keep going. Keep doing what you're doing. We love our Sundays with you. Happy days. Billy Boy 32 says, McElwee's Farewell, the Athen Rye version. I haven't heard that one. I'll have to look on the Spotify and see if we can see it there, mate. Jim McCaff says, yep, class up there. Dave Sinclair. James McWilliams says, love this version. Anthony McGorry, love this song. Let's see. So Adam Murray says, yeah, there we go. Yeah, Kinky Boots was for Lydia. There we go. Happy days. Right, folks, if you have any more requests you want to hear the day before 4 o'clock, let me know. Just put them in the wee comments here on Twitter, on Facebook or YouTube, and we'll get them. Basically, I don't need to keep going into all 3 streams now and watch them, because all the comments all pop up here now beside me on one stream, which is great. And they obviously just tell me who it was from. Will it be on Facebook or Twitter? And then I'm able to obviously give it out and pop it up on the screen. So folks, about another 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes, we're going to have, hopefully, fingers crossed, Peter O'Connell and Paul Sheeran from Clover Rebel Band, County Limerick, on the show, on the screen, like we had with David Ravix here a while ago, hopefully. Let's see, Paddy J. Lohan says, we won't be silenced. Feed the bear. Hugh, is it just DJ Rowe you type in? So listen, Feed, if you're looking to do a donation to the show, it's just if you're in PayPal, I'll put it up here, we'll see. So you can see where it was there. Let's see. So yeah, it's just go into it's if you're in PayPal itself, it's the email address it goes to, it's djrowbelfast@gmail.com, or just scan that wee link there with your phone, it'll bring you straight to it, or the quick link is just paypal.me/DJ Row Show. Very easy, folks. And say the ones that do donate every week, there's a few donates every week by a bank transfer, folks, which fair play to you. The same ones do it every week. So if any of you don't have PayPal and you want to donate something to the show to keep it going, just send me a wee PM to any like Instagram, Twitter, whatever, or Facebook, and they will give you the bank details and you can send it on, which would be great, folks. So much appreciated. So there you go. Feed, hope that there helps you out there, mate. So it does, with a bit of luck. Right, folks. So any more requests, say get them on. Say we're here today until 4 o'clock. There's a man I haven't seen. What's the crack? Sticks Dockery music. Often I never played Kinky Boots. No, Sticks Kinky. He's on about listen for the. What version of McElwee's Farewell he was looking for there? It was Sticks. So yeah, Sticks, great to see you on, mate. Yourself and Fergal doing so well with the new band. The Picky Blenders, what's that all about? Like, there you go. But good to see you, mate. I heard I got great reports about you when you played in the PD there about a month ago or so, was it, for the Big Bobby Story night? A few people were there. Said fantastic. Who was them 2 boys there? Them 2 culties were playing. That was the exact the words. Who was them 2 culties there playing? Do you know who they were? Let's see. He says it was on the album After Rye live at the Parlour Bar. Good album, so as well. I'll look in to see on Spotify to see if I can get it, mate. If it is, I'll definitely play it. James Dan McCleaver says, looking for the Sam song. No problem, James. Sure you're drowning your sorrows today, are you? After the match yesterday. Craig Barber, great show, big fella, happy days, mate, good man. Right, so, there we go, we'll get that out of the way. Let's see, where is it? Oh God, it's gone. Right, so, as I said, so about another 20 minutes, hopefully we'll have Peter and Paul on the show, and we'll get a wee yarn. Obviously, we've had both of them on the show individually, so we've done their whole stories, but today we'll just be about, obviously, talking about how the band has been doing since everything reopened up. Obviously, because they have a couple of new members now. Cuevas came on board, and see how it is with her now. He's been getting on, and then they're going to be headlining the Big Fans Gathering in 2 weeks' time, plus our gigs in Liverpool and Glasgow next year. That'll tell us all about. And we put up the ticket links as well. Tickets are growing really well, folks, at the minute. Hopefully we'll get a few more sold over the weekend after today's show. But we'll talk about that there once the 2 lads from Clover are on. Right, so we're going to do next. Kathleen Loggie. We always do a few Kathleen Loggie and Flan Column songs on the show every week. They're a really great crowd favourite. And again, when I was doing the gig the other night at the Red Devil with Paul McAdam and David Ravix, somebody asked me to play this song, and it was like the crowd all erupted and started singing it. So that I think it's, you know, an older crowd, they just know the words of these songs, and they're real like sort of up the ass song. So this one here we're going to play is Freedom Walk, and I think this is the one that Marty McGuinness done his new CD as well that he recorded. Does a class version, so he does. So for a pity, Marty. So this is Rebel Sundays, folks, with myself, Ro, here to 4 o'clock, and this is Kathleen Loggie with Freedom Walk. There we go. That's the Kathleen Loggie here with the Flying Column and Freedom Walk. Fantastic version. Love those old songs. It's great to get them on the show as always, folks. So it is. Let's see. So Marty is back. He's bothered his arse to come back to the show today. So he has obviously been saying he was up watching the parade there today, celebrating the life of Pierce Jordan. Which normally it starts off at the White Rock, walks down the road, walks up obviously to the mural. The mural on the Falls Road is the exact spot where Pierce was shot in the back by the RUC. And then obviously it goes up to the Felons Club, finishes off, and they go in there and he says, I thought there was 3 bands playing today. As far as I knew, the Raising Phoenix band from Dublin were marching me out there playing. You know. Yeah, so I'll have to check it out there, so we'll and see. Marty says he's 2 bands there now, and only that's up. Decent crowd there too. I posted a video and pics on the fans page. Happy they're looking to watch that so well there. Right, so what we'll have next. Somebody asked me in the comments earlier on to play a bit of the Barleycorn. So another really old band. So this one is from their album, Essential Rebel Songs. Well, no, this is from a compilation called Essential Irish Rebel Songs, but it's one of their songs. It's on the album. So this is the men behind the wire folks on Rebel Sunday. So it's in our 15 minutes, and hopefully, well, fingers crossed, it should be happening. We'll have Peter and Paul on the show, and we're going to be natter with them. Here we go.
On Monday, the 9th of August, 1971, at 4:30 a.m., Irish men from all over the 6 counties were taken from their homes. Hundreds of these men were then imprisoned without trial in Longcache concentration camp. This is a song born of the civil resistance campaign which followed internment. A song dedicated to those men in Longcache who are still, more than 10 years later, the men behind the wire.
Armored cars and tanks and guns came to take away our sons, where every man will stand behind the men behind the wire. Through the little streets of Belfast in the dark of early morn, British soldiers came marauding, wrecking little homes with scorn. Heedless of the crying children, dragging fathers from their beds, beating sons while helpless mothers watched the blood pour from their heads. Armored cars and tanks and guns came to take away our sons, for every man will stand behind the men behind the wire. Up of them a judge and jury, nor indeed a crime at all. Being Irish means they're guilty, so we're guilty one and all. Round the world the truth will echo, Cromwell's men are here again. England's name again is sullied in the eyes of honest men. Armored cars and tanks and guns came to take away our sons, for every man will stand behind the men behind the wire. Proudly march behind our banners, firmly stand behind our men. We will have them free to help us build a nation once again. On the people, step together, proudly, firmly on your way. Never fear and never falter, till the boys come home to stay. Armored cars and tanks and guns came to take away our sons, for every man will stand behind the men behind the wire. Armored cars and tanks and guns came to take away our sons, for every man will stand behind the men behind the wire.
God, there's just don't make me folks laughing at something else there. So was that there was the Barleycorn, the Barleycorn with the men behind the wire, fantastic. Or Sticks, I had no idea you play with Athlone Rye, so I didn't, seriously, mate, you're just a man of many talents. I had no idea that you play with Athlone Rye. There you go. See, yeah. So he had said obviously that, yeah, that's right. Wrote Live in the Parlour Bar in New York. That was the last album we done in 2000 before we finished up. I might actually on to you in Sticks and see, because I was looking to get maybe somebody from Athlone Rye on the show. As just a guest, no, obviously talk about the band and some of the albums done. So let's see. Hugh O'Neill, let's see, says, I'm fine, Stephen, bro, just getting all excited about coming back over for the gathering. I couldn't sleep last night thinking about it all. So yeah, it looks like Hugh's going to be doing a bit of jiving, is he, on the night? Hugh, is your dance card full for the 4th of December? Well, here there mightn't be actually much room to do any dancing, so there mightn't be, but that's right, because I think the dance floor might be getting took up by a lot more tables than I'm everybody in, the way it's going. Right, so what we're going to do next is we're going to do a song off the Stories of the Land CD. I know Ronan is listening today. It's one of my favourite songs on the album. It's the one we're going to play today is performed by Alban Norby on it, so it is. It's a song called Elizabeth O'Farrell. Real lively song this here. Obviously, Elizabeth O'Farrell was one of the nurses who took part in the 1916 Rising. So we've listened to this song, tells you all about, obviously, Albans Bar. It used to be the Castle Bar in Derry. It's called Lizzie O'Farrell's now, so it is. And obviously now that's where it takes the name from, Elizabeth O'Farrell. So I've just read that obviously Alban done the song on the album, so it's great. Here goes. This is from the Stories of the Land, the Shanagee Sessions class CD. So it is. Get your hands on it if you can get a copy. With Alban Norby on it, and this is Elizabeth O'Farrell on Rebel Sundays.
Selfish to the core. In 1916 she served in the GPO to the end. Dispatched to her comrades, dodging bullets for her friends. And her nurse is a paro, Elizabeth O'Farrell is without fail Ireland's Florence Nightingale. Running down Mare Street with the white flag in her hand. The people of Dublin, well, they didn't understand. With instructions from Pierce, she sought out General Lowe, carrying terms of surrender. Through the barricade she'd go. And the nurse is a paro, Elizabeth O'Farrell is without fail Ireland's Florence Nightingale. I've seen an old photograph. Their Pierce took off his sword. The opposing commanders meet, but there's something untoward. I'm looking at three soldiers stand, yet the scene is incomplete. They've airbrushed Elizabeth out, yet we can still see her feet. In the nurse is a paro, Elizabeth O'Farrell is without fail Ireland's Florence Nightingale. At the time it was a man's world, woman knew the place, but a few like Lizzie raised her head above the crowd. As she weaved around the outpost, knowing they'd made a vow to die, but reluctantly they laid down their guns and came out. Auld Street Hospital, a monument bears her name, for the loving and devoted nurse to the people she became. Her legacy's clear to see, though in the picture they try to erase. Elizabeth O'Farrell's fame will be memorized always. In her nurse is a paro, Elizabeth O'Farrell is without fail Ireland's Florence Nightingale is without fail Ireland's Florence Nightingale.
Yeah, class, folks. Absolutely fantastic. There it is. Elizabeth O'Farrell from the Stories of the Land CD, and Alban Norby performed that one there. So it is. Let's see, Marty Higgins says, yep, the CD is brilliant. Michael Killeen, class album is alright. Feed the Bird says, yeah, I done it, Ro, check your PayPal, make sure you got it. Mate, I just got this for the donation, mate. Thank you very much. Really, really appreciate it there, honestly, for a play to you. And again, thanks for there's a few more donated to the show today, folks, and do every week. And all I say, folks, it is like, it's get humbled sometimes. People send no donation through and we message, and you just go like, all I'm doing is playing a few songs. Oh, the people that aren't my songs. I'm just playing a few. But listen, if it keeps people happy and gets their Sunday through, then I'm more than happy to do it. So, mate, Feed the Bear, thank you very much. Much appreciated, Mucker. Let's see. So just talking about our song there, Elizabeth O'Farrell. From Ronan McDonald's, yeah. Cheers, Ro. Yep, great song written by Jerry Dougie Breslin. Seriously, that doesn't surprise me. It's a class song. Originally wrote for Kelly's Men a few years back, but it just sat there till Alban heard it and wanted to do it for the album. Yep, mate, here, class. I'd love to actually hear Alban doing that live there. So it's really bust me arse to get up to Derry some night for a session and get to hear a lot of the boys, especially on Alban's place. Let's see. There's Stevie Hope. What's the crack, Stevie? You're on there now. Left me out, Marty. Yeah. That's you told you. No slipping in beside Marty's bed. Stevie Holbrook. Yeah, great tune, Ro. No probs. God bless. Cheers, Mugger. Much appreciated. Carl McCroy says, yeah, we are going to the Red Devil. Then the Davits. Meet a few Belfast guys for a few beers on the night out. Happy days. Right, so what do we have lined up here next? We're going to do a song from my album, folks, the one that done released there earlier last year. We done one for the Rebs for Hope. And talking of the Rebs for Hope, I am really trying to get it the proper function next year. Well, hopefully, I didn't really want to put it on because it's a big commitment. Getting all the bands, obviously, they're all donating their time for free. The original one we're going to have in the PD Club was just sold out in a matter of days, so it was. So fair play to all the Emmons that agreed to do it, and obviously then we ended up doing it online, raised a lot of money online when we've done the sort of the online Rebs for Hope night. So hopefully next year, folks, we're going to be doing it a proper one again, providing all this shit is over and done with and all the COVID crap. Well, a bit of luck. So look out for that there. So I'll be contacting a few bands very soon if we can get a date for next year to see if we can get the proper Rebs for Hope the night out on. So well, right, so we're going to play one song here from Clover, folks. This is from their album Live the Heart Bar in Cork. I think it was the last live album that they released, so it was. So obviously, we're going to be doing their next live album, Live the Big Fans Gathering. So we'll do this here, and then hopefully we're going to be able to get Paul and Peter from Clover on the show, folks.
Oh, the news has spread through Ireland and spread from shore to shore. Of deeds as these no living man has ever heard before. From out the guarded carriage men that panics driven from. Sean Hogan, he was rescued at the station of Knocklow, when the guard of 4 policemen had the prisoner minded well, as the fateful train sped o'er the rail, conveying him to his cell. The prisoner then could scarce foretell of hearts both brave and strong. They were planning for his rescue at the station of Knocklow. Now the shades of Eve were falling fast, and the train at last drew in. It was halted for an hour or so by a few courageous men. They sprung on to the carriage, and it did not take them long. Hands up or die was the rebel cry in the station of Knocklow. Now King George's pampered hirelings, they struggled up with fear, and part of how they placed themselves full many a volunteer, and face to face with hardened men to escape how did they long. But 2 of them met with traitors' death at the station of Knocklow. From Solihull to Limerick, such deeds were never seen, and the villains
brother Aaron, rise up and be of cheer. You'll never die while at your side there stands such volunteers. From Dingle Bay to Gary on, the cheers will echo long. Of the rescue of Sean Hogan at the station of Knockdown. Of the rescue of Sean Hogan at the station of Knockdown.
There we go, folks.
Thanks for not on, folks. Thank you very much.
Sound of Clover there for you folks with Live the Heart Bar in Cork. So I have Peter here and just waiting on Paul. So Peter, just wave to me if you can see me. Yep, happy days. Right. Can you hear me okay? Yes, thumbs up. Yep. Right, so I'm just waiting on Paul. I've sent Paul the link, so I'm going to wait till he jumps in before I can bring him on the screen. So so listen, Marty actually had just sent me there. So he had said he was at the Earnure parade earlier on with their for the Pierce Jordan parade. So I'm going to play the wee video for you, and hopefully you'll be able to see it here and hear it as well, which is it's great for this new platform. And he was able to just send it straight to me there, so he was. And let's see, where are we? Brand. So here we go. Hopefully it'll play for you. This was filmed by Marty Higgins probably about half an hour ago on the White Rock Road for the volunteer Pierce Jordan parade, and two bands were Earnure Flute Band from West Belfast and the Only Alsop Flute Band from North Belfast. North Belfast, another band I used to play with. So, Paul has joined us, so we're going to give him on the wee set. Oh, you're upside down. Your sabres. Right, move down, I can't see your head. Sabres again. There we go. So that was the parade there this afternoon from the Earnure Flute Band and Only Alsop Band marching live in the White Rock Road there for the Pierce Jordan commemoration. Right, so hopefully we're going to have Peter here and Paul from Clover on the show. There's Peter there and I. I'll just get rid of this here wee banner. Hold on a second. We'll get rid of that there. Right, we'll just change this here. Right, so somebody's phone is ringing, so that is, don't know who it was. Right, lads, can you all hear me okay?
Yeah. Can you hear me, all?
There's a bit of an echo there, is there?
Can you hear me,
all? Whose phone's ringing?
Someone's got a phone ringing.
Oh, sorry, here, that was me. There's an alarm going off my phone. So
that's you, bro.
I'm buddy saying going down, saying it's using, so what the hell happened there? Whatever. So, my apologies. Right, so listen, lads, fair play to you as well. I'm along to the show on Rebel Sundays. Obviously, you've both been on before. So you just have on the show individually, talking about your sort of the band, talking about your own sort of experiences and playing and stuff. So up first, obviously we'll go to you, Paul, as you're sort of the main man who behind the run of the band along with Peter. So we're sort of more or less, I think, out of lockdown. Now, we're not completely out of lockdown, but we're a lot better more this time last year. So how have you sort of found back gigging again with the band, doing live gigs in front of actual people?
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good to be back in front of people. Yeah, it started off kind of slow enough, and then it was you weren't really in the pub. You were out in like a tent or a couple of. We did a couple of open air gigs, didn't we, Peter? Castle and Mallow and a few more. They were different types of gigs, so it didn't kind of feel like we went straight back into that pub setting. But in the last few weeks now, it has felt like, we're kind of just getting back to normal. So fingers crossed it's going to stay.
Yeah, so Peter, what about yourself, and how's it been for yourself getting back on the road again, playing?
Yeah, being off the road, I found it particularly hard myself, mentally. Just, I don't know, you were doing it for so long every week, and it was just an outlet outside of everything else that you love doing, and for it to be taken away so quickly it was hard mentally. But
yep, sure.
Being back, as Paul said, it was great to get back, but the only thing about when they came back, it was bloody cold because we were gigging outside, Oh,
that's the thing, yeah. I see myself doing a lot of garden parties and all, and you're playing the coat on next year.
Trying to play the tin whistle with cold fingers is not the easiest thing in the world, but it was great to be back playing. But in the last couple of weeks now, in the last month or so, we've been back inside, and it's been absolutely great. But we're walking on thin ice down here in the south because the numbers are through the roof at the moment. So we're just wondering, will we stay back, or are we going to be locked down? We don't know, you see. It's on a day-to-day thing at the moment.
Right, is anybody else, or somebody said they have an echo when I speak? Is anybody else hearing me an echo when I'm speaking? Can you hear an echo, lads, when I'm talking?
No, it's okay. No, it's perfect.
What about you, Paul? You okay?
Yeah, I can hear a little bit of an echo in your voice, yeah.
Must be the phone, Hugh, mate. Sounds great on my phone. Well, some people are saying it's okay. Well, we'll ponder on. Right, so I have to say, you done away, I think it was like a mini tour of the north. A couple of weeks ago, she started off in Letterkenny, then in the Dungiven and Rosie Joe's in Derry. So how was that? Like, for you, obviously probably your first major sort of shift away from Limerick. I mean, I'm sure it was a fair drive for you doing any gigs.
Who are you talking to, Rob? Who do you want to answer?
Sorry, Paul. So tell us how the wee sort of tour of the north went for you.
Yeah, it was brilliant. When we knew it was coming up, and we had been really looking forward to it. The Dungiven gig kind of came late to us, but once we knew we were doing that gig, then it was kind of made it all the more special because we'd never been to Dungiven before, and brilliant. I mean, the Wolftown Bar is always brilliant. Going to the Wolftown Bar, with Rosie Joe's is a great bar as well in Derry, and Donegal Charlie's was just topped it off. It's great.
Right, so obviously we're going to talk about now, but the big fans gathering that's going to be happening. So basically 2 Saturdays from now on the 4th of December. So obviously this sort of the gig itself all stemmed from this show. Obviously we were doing it on Sunday, and a few people had mentioned about getting like a gig arranged through Christmas and all, and I didn't really take any notice of it. And then every week people were going, come on, we need to get this arranged, So obviously one week we said, frig it, we're going to do it. And obviously Paul, whenever I did say I'm going to get a band and 2 singers, that was the main idea for the gig. And obviously you were the first person I contacted that said, I'm going to get Clover to do it. I know it's a big stretch to come from Limerick all the way to Belfast, and it'll be a sort of big financial thing as well to get you up, and hopefully we could arrange a sort of a fee and whatever. So obviously tell me what it means for yourselves as a band to be and then I'll come to Peter as well, to be doing actually this gig.
Well, I mean, it's definitely, I think, the biggest gig that we will play probably all year, really, apart from these ones we're going to do in Glasgow and Liverpool. I mean, it's a massive gig for us, because we have been looking to play in Belfast for years, and to have a gig of this magnitude kind of come to us is just phenomenal. It's an absolutely massive gig for us. I mean, that's why we decided to record the gig, and hopefully, it'll be kind of definitely, a career gig to look back at and say, we played the first big fans gathering, and there we recorded it, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll have a CD out of it. You never know with a live recording, but we'll give it a lash.
Yeah. So Peter, obviously yourself as well, you haven't been to Belfast before, so are you looking forward to getting up to God's country, as they say?
Definitely, definitely looking forward to, like, a big milestone for us a couple of years ago before lockdown was trying to break into the north of Ireland, and we eventually did that, and then obviously after that is to play in God's country, Belfast, and we're given the opportunity now to do that with the big fans gathering. And as Paul said, as if it wasn't enough pressure to pull off the headline gig in Belfast, we said, why don't we add more pressure and just record the gig as well? So we said we may as well go full tilt for us. So we decided we're going to record as well. As Paul said, it's all on the night as to whether we get an album out of that or not. But we're confident that we will. So
obviously the night is going to be recorded, hopefully for a cracking live CD. You sort of mentioned all the sort of the big rebel bands that have done a live CD. The main thing was to have a CD in the north. It's something about the crowds, you know what I mean? Obviously Shebeen recorded their legendary CD live in the Cregan, and I think just even the atmosphere from that night alone is just phenomenal. So it is. So I think the way the hall is in the PD, it's a sort of pretty low ceiling. The stage, it's a big high ceiling in the room. So with up to over 200 people there, it's going to be a cracking atmosphere. So what sort of is sort of put like what will people expect from, obviously because you are recording a CD, so you probably have the sort of maybe the songs picked out you're going to do for it, but obviously you're still there to sort of entertain the people as well. So what can people look forward to hearing from you on the night, Paul?
Yeah, well,
sorry, go ahead, Peter.
Yeah, well, we have been like rehearsing very hard for the last since we found out, really, but more so in the last month or so to perfect excuse me to perfect the set. But obviously it is going to be a gig on the night, so it's going to be an energetic gig involving the crowd as much as possible to sing and chant with us, and we feel it's going to go we're very confident that it's going to be a cracking gig.
Right, so obviously, the next day as well, we're going to be doing the after party. So obviously, if you're up for the weekend, hopefully we'll get you on the show. The live podcast in the PD, we'll make it a few songs as well. So for a bit, I'm sure everybody will be suffering through as well. So obviously, then the next thing we're going to now talk about is a gig. Sort of, Paul, we've been talking about now for a while about doing. Obviously, usually have been talking about getting over to an our sort of gig in Liverpool or maybe in England somewhere, and in Glasgow. People have been torturing me for ages to get over and do a gig in Glasgow or maybe in England somewhere. So we've basically come up with this idea about doing, and let's see if we can get on the screen here now, an idea of doing the North Man South Man gig, the big Irish takeover. So the first one here, it's in the screen here now. So it's basically on Friday the 4th of March 2022, headlined by yourselves, Clover. We'll have Chris Coyle playing as well. And then myself, I'll be doing like a bit of a DJ set at the end and the start of the night as well. So I will post the link for the tickets first, and here's the one for the Liverpool gig as well on the screen. So on the night, it's going to be in the Liverpool Irish Centre on Saturday the 5th of March, which is the very, very next night after the Malone's gig. So it's going to be yourselves, Clover, and then Kathy Carter, who's like a local favourite in Liverpool, is going to be playing as well, and plus myself, I'll be doing a bit. So Paul, obviously, tell us a wee bit about how the sort of this gig, the two gigs, basically originated.
So I suppose since we played, was back in 19, Peter, we played, we did a couple of trips across.
It would have been 2018, I'd say.
18, was it? And one of the gigs we played, one of the weekends, we ended up in Liverpool, and we played in the Liffey Bar, and just there was something special happened that night, like in that pub. the crowd were just phenomenal crowd. We'd never been to Liverpool before and didn't know what to expect, but the crowd were just spectacular. Like, they were so warm and inviting, and they loved the music and everything. And we just said from the minute we got off the stage, we want to come back to Liverpool, and we'd always said it, that we want to come back to Liverpool. A similar thing with Glasgow, when we had been across to Glasgow. You know, the people over there are just amazing people to play music at. So we've always said, you know, Liverpool and Glasgow, they would be the two places that we'd love to go back to play and put on a bigger gig. And I've always been kind of the opinion that, you know, you do have to kind of think a bit bigger. And Ro, that's when I got contacted you as well. I think I said that to you as well. Like, you know, we've got to think big here. Like, you know, pubs are great and everything else, but like, let's go and put on a function. Let's get a function room and make it a bit bigger. That's why, you know, bringing the Rebel podcast on tour and having Krista Kyle and Kathy Carter, you know, it just makes just thinking a bit bigger.
Yeah, so folks, I've just put in the links there in the comments section on Twitter and YouTube and Facebook. They've all been posted to the same pages. So there's basically two separate links for their Eventbrite pages for the Glasgow gig first on Friday the 4th of March, and then Saturday the 5th of March for Liverpool. There's two links there, folks. So the tickets are £15 plus the booking fee, which isn't that much. So obviously, Peter, tell us a wee bit about yourself. But sure, maybe your experience. Have you played over in Glasgow or Liverpool before?
It would have been my first time playing over there in 2018. I think it was 2018 when we went over. That was my first time playing in the UK. As Paul said, that night in Liverpool is very vivid in my memory. The Liffey Bar was wedged the same night, was packed, and just it's a different atmosphere. It's a special atmosphere, you know. It's same in Glasgow. The crowd are not afraid to sing along and join in with you, you know. It's fantastic, really. So yeah, getting back was a big priority for us before lockdown hit, but now is our opportunity to go back. And as Paul said, if we're going to go back, let's make it a big deal.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
with the Rebel podcast on board and Krista and Kathy, it is going to be a big deal when we go, you know.
Actually, the Liverpool Irish Centre, it seems to be sort of the main spot in Liverpool for anything sort of Irish or Republican at all. I mean, obviously, Kathy has maybe highlighted the place a bit more since she's been on doing a lot of her Facebook live feeds and stuff. But I have to say, really looking forward to myself personally to getting to Liverpool, particularly, and getting to go to this here, the gig in the Irish Centre Swam. So I see there's people who have bought tickets already for the Liverpool gig are just saying here how much they're looking forward to it. But I think the Glasgow one, for me personally, I am really, really looking forward to getting over. It's been a while from actually going over to a match, but I've never actually gigged in Glasgow before, apart from with the flute band. So to actually to bring the podcast over, I said people have been torching me all the time, sending PMs going, come on over here, you not do this here, and it's not simple. It's just go, I saw jump on a plane or a boat. It takes a lot of work to get something like this here going.
It does, yeah.
And I think obviously this fell into place pretty quickly, which was good. I have to say, in the space of a few days, we had it all arranged. We had both venues arranged. We had the backup singers, the support acts arranged, and then obviously the ticket links arranged. So let's see. Hopefully both events will do really well. I say it's a few months off now, so folks, personally saying if you want to, it's a great idea for a Christmas present. So I've put the links up in both the chats there. So why not just buy a ticket? They're £15 each, plus the booking fee. So they're going to be two great gigs. So there. So lads, what's next Fusions then? When are you going to be gigging again live?
We're gigging tonight, yeah.
Tonight, right? Okay. Where are you for then?
We're heading into Cueva's hometown, the Premier County, Tipperary.
The Premier County, okay.
Yeah, Clonmel tonight.
We're on Clonmel. That's the home of Magner Cider, and so it is.
Home of
it is, yeah. Apples.
Well, see, Senator. See, what Lally is making know when I worked in Duffy Circus, and people are going, I can see all the stuff about, oh, fuck, he was a clown, all this here, blah, blah, blah. I actually used to stay in the caravan park, so I would travel ahead like 3 weeks ahead of the show. But whenever we were in Clonmel, I actually stayed in, they have like a farm in one of where they collect the apples from, for the cider, because obviously they need so many apples, and it was called. It's in Cahir, is it, or Kerr?
Care, yeah.
Care, yeah, that's probably kind of, that's what it was. And basically, the caravan was like plunked in the middle of a field of all these just thousands of trees full of apples, whatever, and you could have as many as you wanted. But they made like their own like raw cider, and it was class. So it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the last time I was in Tipperary. It was a few years ago, so it wasn't. So yeah, you are going to be doing. Obviously, Martin was on there. I was asking. So you're going to be doing the big Mallow Ballad Fest as well, lads. So tell us a wee bit about that there gig.
Yeah, that's going to be one of the highlights, I think, of 22 as well. We played just before lockdown. There was a great kind of. It was the first time that Martin had done one in quite a while, and and we did it there before lockdown, and it was an absolutely phenomenal night. And then have the disappointment of lockdown come and the next one get cancelled, and now again we're set to go in January. Martin does it there around the weekend of the Mournabbey ambush, and
is that February?
February. Yeah, and then it's Spirit of Freedom, Dreams of Freedom from Kerry, Danny Goggin from Kerry, Maeve Walsh from County Cork, and then ourselves, Clover, as well. So it's going to be a brilliant night down in Mallow. We're really looking forward to that one. So there's tickets available for that one as well. Get on to Martin Milan and the Mallow Ballad Festival. They're online as well. They're on the Eventbrite as well.
So there's a Quavo on there. On the tip, she says. There you go. So what else was going to mention to you is that's why we're on here. Yeah, so we're going to do obviously the last time both of us were on, we were talking about the new CD is released. No Criminal on Me. Obviously, it was all the album was recorded entirely all about the 40th anniversary of the hunger strikes. So Peter, how has the album went for you then since you've released it?
It's been great. The reception that we've gotten from the album has been phenomenal, really. You know, nearly every week we'd have people on sending us a message saying how great the album is, their favourite song on the album, and it was a lot. It was a lot of work, as Paul would have said before. It took us 3 attempts to get this album done. You know, the first 2 times it fell through. In saying that, we weren't happy with it. You know, and then the last time we got it, it just came together. It's probably because there was a lockdown. You know, we were more determined than anything else to get it done. The reception for the album has been great. Obviously, it's a niche market album. You know, it's not, as you would call, a rebel album. It's focuses on one particular period in history, so it's probably a niche audience as well. But it's something we wanted to do to pay our respects to the 40th anniversary of the hunger strikes, to bring out a full album dedicated to the hunger strikers.
Yeah, definitely. So, say we're going to play one song now from. So I have it in front of me. So, it's your choice, lads. What before we let us go? What song do you want me to play from it? Go ahead, Paul. Then.
You're leaving it to me.
Yes, mate. Go ahead.
Well, I suppose the one that maybe O'Hara Hughes Appreciation Dance.
Right, so just tell us a wee bit about this here song then. Obviously, because I know you had mentioned it about why you told me before why you wanted to put this on the album. So tell us a wee bit about the song.
It was very hard to put that on me, actually, to pick a song off the album, Ro. Thanks for that.
And he picked his own. And he picked his own song.
Of course,
as well.
I know, Peter.
Yeah,
I did.
You'd have probably picked previous song, Peter, wouldn't you? If you had on with Paul, obviously, you want to play his own.
No, it's a great song. Paul will tell you about it.
So I suppose the song I heard first, the Big McFarlane version of the song, and when I heard it a few years back, and it was the first time I heard. I think it was definitely when I heard the kind of the recordings coming from the H blocks. You know, there was a kind of an album done kind of recordings from the H blocks at some stage. And that song I heard, it was either part of those recordings or I heard it around the same time. But the song just blew me away. I mean, Vic is an absolute phenomenal singer, and just that song was just I don't know, from the minute I heard it, I said to myself, I would love to sing that song, and I would love to record that song. And I didn't go near it for years because I thought Vic did such a good job of it that, you know, it would be very hard to sing it, to play it like Vic. Because he's a phenomenal guitar player as well.
Yeah.
But when this opportunity came, this album, I said, I really, really, really would love to put that song on this album. So that was it. It was my chance. It was a now or never moment, and I'm delighted that it made it onto the album.
So actually, just talking, when you're saying there about it took us 3 attempts to do it, I think like that there as well is part of the reason why I wanted you to do my gig here in December. To me, you are very meticulous as a band, as in like sort of perfectionist. I mean, you won't just go and do something and say, frig it, we'll see how it goes on the night. You're like, I know you put a lot of work into doing busy rehearsing and practicing for this gig in the 4th. Obviously now, because you're recording a CD as well, it's even more important. So that's why, lads. I mean, so fair play. Is really, really. You would think I was best mates with Peter and Paul, right? I have never met the two before, but it seems like we're best mates. I mean, because I'm talking now for like every other day for the last year or so. But it'll be my first time meeting the lads personally, so it will on the 4th of December.
You probably hate us when you meet us, bro.
Yes, I'll be going like. He sounded alright. He's actually a dickhead. Like, so actually met him. Like. No, yeah, I'm sure it'll be good crack. So listen, lads, I'll let you go. So I'm going to play this song here. This is from Clover's album, No Criminal in Me. So again, just you were doing like a wee sale, weren't you, on your Facebook page for the shop for Christmas? So what's the details if anybody wants to buy any Clover merchandise, Peter?
Yeah, if anyone wants to get our new album, or T-shirts, or pin badges, we have a limited edition silk scarf, lovely silk scarf as well. But if anyone wants to buy a T-shirt before the big fans gathering, there is a sale on our page at the moment, 25% off all merchandise for Christmas. Jump onto our page. It's our big cartel shop. All of the merchandise is on there, and the promo code for the sale is Clover32. Clover32. All the details are there anyway, and jump onto the big cartel shop, and all of the products are there, including the new album.
On the night as well, you're going to be having a merchandise stand, aren't you? On the PD. So basically, if you want to go there, you can buy anything you have. It'll all be there on sale. So it will. So looking forward to that. Right. So go ahead, Paul.
It's a little bit cheaper to buy one at the obviously. The offer that we're doing on the page is an offer, but to buy one at the gig as well is a little bit cheaper because you don't have the postage and the packaging, and the t-shirts and things will be there on the night. So
that's it. Right, so listen, lads, thank you very much for coming on today for our live good crack. So we're going to play the song now from their album No Criminal in Me. This is Paul singing O'Hara, Hughes, McCreation Sands. So
I got to choose my own song.
Your own song.
They'll all be given out to me.
Actually, Paul was talking about that song earlier on. I read online, I'm not sure if this is 100% true or not, so don't quote me on it, but I did read that.
It's going out there live, Peter.
That the song was written by Mick Hanley.
Mick Hanley? Actually, could be, because I know a lot of the songs he does, there is a lot of songs from Mick Hanley.
Mick would hail from Limerick, not too far from me, so that makes it extra special.
There you go. Well, I know like Paul is more closer to Cork than Limerick, so he's probably a bit of a Cork man, so he is deep at heart. Like.
He is a Cork man, yeah.
I'm a Kilmallock man. That's Limerick.
Well, you're closer to Cork than you are to Limerick, aren't you?
No. Well, no. I mean, no, I'm not.
Only wait. Right, here we go, folks. This is Clover with O'Hara, Hughes, McCreation Sands. So, lads, I'll talk and see us all on 4th of December. Right, thank you very much.
Cheers, looking forward to it, Ro. Thanks very much.
Yeah, look forward to it. Thanks.
Come, Irishmen, and I pretend, and listen to these words I tell. For I sing no lay from a bygone day, for the brave young lads we all knew well. Young lads who died that freedom's light might shine so bright across the land. For no braver men has Ireland seen
and O'Hara Hughes Macreashan sands. Young Irishmen in Ulster born, deprived of freedom of work and home, oppressed by ruthless racist laws that grind men down beneath the yoke. And when the bloodhound comes at night to terror strike across the land, with their tanks and guns and poor man's sons, O'Hara Hughes Macreashan sands. And in the hell of a H-block cell, where tyrants try to break men's will, where boots and bars leave lifelong scars, these brave men's spirits ne'er did yield. And the words of Christ they came to mind, who would give up his life for his fellow man. And the volunteers, without dread or fear, O'Hara Hughes Macreashan sands. For 70 days these men they lay under Margaret Thatcher's tyranny, and British churchmen came to say that no clergymen their souls could free. But far and wide, with tears of pride, their story was told in distant lands. So your voices are raised, we will sing in praise. O'Hara Hughes Macreashan sands. Now brave men die, and slick men lie, and weak men turn their heads away. But short is the hour of those in power, whose truth and the rights of men betray. The fight will go on and will not be done, while man is unfree in this fair land. And in freedom's day we will sing in praise of O'Hara Hughes Macreashan sands.
Yes, and a Clover there, folks, for you from their album No Criminal in Me. That is O'Hara Hughes Macreashan sands with Paul on vocals there. So we just had Paul and Peter from Clover on the show. And after Paul just posted a post up there. Thanks, Ro, and everyone listening. Great to chat. See you all in Belfast on the 4th. Happy days, folks. Yes, well, it's going to be on Saturday, the 4th of December. As you can see here, I'll just put the wee post up again for you so you know. The big fans gathering, the inaugural big fans gathering, going to be taking place at the PD Club in West Belfast here, folks. So the night is sold out, technically, but I'm able to now let a few more in on the door, so I'm not giving any more tickets out, but there's going to be a few more allowed in. I say very, very limited now, because since I put this out, loads of people contacted me and saying it's about wanting to get tickets for it, so instead of sending them out tickets, I'm just going to put their name on the door, so it's very, very limited now who can let in on the night. So that is on Saturday the 4th of December. So headline on the night, so this is going to be the lineup first. Kicking doors open at 7 o'clock, folks, okay? So you need to get there early if you want to get yourself a seat, because say it could be a fair few people who are going to be standing on the night who won't get a seat or a table, going by the way of the size of the hall. So get there early, folks. Doors open at 7 o'clock. So if you want to get there a wee bit earlier, you can get into the bar in the PD, the public bar, and then come into the function room whenever you want. But doors open at 7 o'clock. On stage first at 7:30 is going to be Cian and Cormac from Arcarta, two young wee lads from West Belfast here, who are going to be kicking off the night. And for them, personally, I say it's going to be a massive gig. It's going to be their first big gig playing in front of a proper audience with a real sound system. Pretty nervous for them, but listen, I'm sure they can handle it. Then up next is going to be the premier singer from West Belfast. The voice, the guy is just, it's amazing. Stephen, good friend of mine, good friend of the show. He's going to be up next for you. Then Mr. Rebel Sundays himself, Damien Quinn, coming all the way at night from County Down in Newry. And then headlining the show, folks, it's going to be Clover, and they're going to be recording their live album. So Clover live in the PD, West Belfast on the night. So if any of you are going to be there, folks, make sure you'll be making plenty of noise, rattling the place, going nuts. There's going to be a few mics standing around the hall to pick up the atmosphere from the hall. So there is. So yeah, I'd say, folks, anyway, sir, make sure you make the atmosphere for the CD. Everybody always says live CDs are the best. You'll hear the amount of live songs I play on the show. The Callie's Men live CDs, testing that there. I always play like Irish Brigade live songs. I just love the atmosphere of a live album. So do just with the crowd being there in the faces of the band, it really picks up. And it's I think for a band as well, making a live CD, it can make or break you, because I've heard so many bands go in. You can go into the studio, so you can, and obviously the recording technician can give you all sorts of reverb and put things over your voice to make it sound better or whatever. But when you go and record a live CD, that's it. You have one take, and if it's shite, it's shite. You can't release it. You know what I mean? And it's so fair play to the lads for having the balls to do this here, the CD, especially in West Belfast. So really looking forward to being part of it. So I am. So for any of his ass as well, I'm going to be playing a few tunes on it. Don't worry. I know you're only come to see me, CSR, you know. So once Clover are finished about 12:30, I'll be doing a bit of a set at the end. Plus I'll be on the stage tonight playing a few songs in between the bands. Folks, yeah, that is a big fans gathering. Saturday the 4th of December, really looking forward to it. And for any of us that are going to be, let's see, I'll just take these wee banners off the bottom. For any of us that are there, that are staying over, we're going to be doing the official after party the next day. So it's going to be in the same place in the PD. So it's upstairs in the wee smaller function room. So I'm going to be doing the live podcast from about 1 to 4, maybe 5. And I'd say if a couple of lads from Clover are still going to be about, we'll make them on the show and we'll do a few live songs. So obviously we'll bring a few usings on as well, get you on the mic, on the camera, introduce yourselves, where you're from, where you came from for the weekend. So really looking forward, folks. Can't stress that enough, so I can't. So just back into the let's see, Marty Higgins just says, so Ro, I suggested earlier when you were chatting that we get Mick the Clickbook, take photos and video. Don't worry, I have that sorted out and all. For the night, mate, so there's going to be there. Let's see, Kevin Carson says, no, son, they're coming to see the landlady. Well, you're going to be the first person to see when they come through the door, so I hope you don't hit them all for ID like you did in the off-licence in Beckett's or in Sainsbury's. Well, one person won't be hit for ID anyway, is Marty Heaney, but no, listen, Marty, Ronan is going to be doing the photographs for me. So obviously what I'm going to do is I want to try and make a wee montage of a video of the night. So obviously Ronan's going to be walking around with a video camera and a mic as well. But he just stopping a few people saying where he's from, where he came from this evening, what's your name, blah blah. Plus he'll be taking a few pictures throughout the night. So real family affair on the night. My ma's going to be doing the door. Ronan's going to be doing the photographs and all. And then obviously Laura will be coming. It'll be the first time you get to meet my wife Laura Flavius. He's hearing me talking about her and bitching about her so much in the show, which is, I think it's a good thing she doesn't listen to it, because if she knew half the things I said, she'd probably hit me a dig in the back, so she would like. But yeah, she's going to be on the night, and you'll be able to, the girl that's going around selling the ballots, that's going to be my wife Laura, so you'll know who it is on the night. So hopefully there's a lot of support the ballot on the night. There'll be a few good prizes as well. That'll all basically go towards helping the show. So yeah, folks, really looking forward to it. I cannot wait. Right, so next song we're going to play is a tune from my album. Second one we played from the album today, from the Ribs for Hope, the album. And it's a song, obviously, that Paul was talking about, a man there, Bick McFarland. He was actually playing the Dead Niece last night at the Celtic Mania. The song he picked, I picked and asked him to record on the album is, wait a minute, Terrorist or a Dreamer, and it's a song I always dedicate the Big Bobby Story. Want to do play us in the show, and I'll say it again. I think just basically this song just it's Bobby's story all over. So it is when you listen to the words of it. But Beck has spoke about it many times. The song is all about basically it was way back to like 1916 up to the present day of the way the British have treated the Irish. So it is, and it's I've listened to the words of it. It's 7 minutes long, but it's a great song. So here we go, folks. On Rebel Sundays, we're into the last hour for you. This is Beck McFarland with Terrorist or Dreamer.
Sackville Street, the curfew drove the restless out of sight. The black and tans marched up and down, the moon shone cold and bright. The shot was like a whip crack, pulled the first man off his feet. He died on bloody cobblestones while his comrades combed the street. They called up reinforcements, pulled the people from their beds. They were screaming, "Get the bastard!" but its fear was in their heads. Found him in a cellar, he was only 17, fighting for his country, dying for green. The sergeant dragged him by the hair and beat him to the ground. Into this young man's body he emptied every round. Come out and take a look, he cried, as he marched his troops away. They went in stony silence, such a price to have to pay. Some knelt and prayed beside him, but it's too late anyhow. They said he was a rebel then, he's a hero now. In 66 this country sang the praises of the dead. We didn't call them rebels then, we used patriot instead. On every household TV screen we saw how hard they fought, how they spilled their life's blood, how freedom had been bought. The garden gates were opened up to silent motorcades. Cannons boomed and flags unfurled, solemn wreaths were laid. Prayers for those departed were called for loud and clear. For those who had been outlawed, but that was another year. The veterans lined up stiff and proud, their white hair ruled the wind, with their pride pinned to their gabardines, the thoughts upon their friends, and bitter wounds burst open, the scars of history went flying into our faces in stark reality. Just up the road from Sackville Street, but things are different now. They said he was a rebel then, he's a hero now. Along the Falls Road soldiers pushed their glances left and right. days of the English working class, soldiers overnight, tossed into the melting pot of bloody war and strife, never understanding and fearing for their lives. Outside the Glen Road Brewery, old Bonnie takes two away. The bomber's work is over, he's finished for the day. The terrorist or the dreamer, or the savage or the brave, it depends whose vote you're trying to catch, whose face you're trying to save. There's tea and cakes in Downing Street, there's whispers in the hall. Let's move the Cure Odisha, now our backs are to the wall. There's panic down in Leinster House, where words are seldom scarce. Send someone to Glasnevin quick to remember Patrick Pearse. Once more his crucifixion, it seems a lie somehow. They said he was a rebel then, he's a hero now. Once more his crucifixion, well it seems a lie somehow. They said he was a rebel then, he's a hero now. He's a hero now.
Yo, folks. Brenton Big McFarlane with Terrace or Dreamer, and I'd say I always dedicate that song on the show to Big Bobby Story. Definitely when he said at the end there, he's a hero now. He definitely is, folks, and there's no doubt about that, so he isn't. Just as you hear again, folks, as we were talking when I had Paul and Peter on the show, we were talking about our big gigs that were planned for next year in March coming 2022. So the first one is going to be on Friday the 4th of March, folks, in Malone's Bar in Sucky Hall Lane, I think it is, in Glasgow. And the night is going to be called North Men, South Men, Comrades All, the Big Irish Takeover. And of course, headline is going to be Clover. Really looking forward to getting on the road with the lads for these two gigs. And I'm the girl, Quiva, sorry about that, don't say just the lads. But I suppose in the south you say, lads, you mean everybody, even girls, call each other lads. No, lads, what's crack? So, and of course, Derry's Krista Coyle, but of course you say Krista is very much a Glaswegian now, she's been there that long, so she has. So Krista is going to be performing on the night as well in Malone's Glasgow. So folks, tickets are shifting rightly, so if you want to go, say it's a great Christmas present, so it is. It's not till March, but it'd be a good idea if you want to head off to it, because I've no doubt this will sell out, but I say I would rather get the tickets shifted sooner rather than later. So if you're in Glasgow and you want to head, if you're somewhere in Scotland, not far ahead to Glasgow, you can get to it. So tickets are £15 plus booking fee. I will put up the link for the tickets again the wee second after I give out about the one in Liverpool. So basically, director, as soon as the night in Glasgow is finished, we're going to be heading straight across the road or up the road to Liverpool, folks, to the Liverpool Irish Centre on Saturday the 5th of March. Again, the same, the gig is busy called, but part 1 and part 2, North Men, South Men, Comrades All, the Big Irish Takeover. And on this night, headline once again on the stage in the Liverpool Irish Centre is going to be Clover, plus local hero rebel Irish singer Kathleen Carter's very much a Scouse, but definitely Scouse Irish at heart. So she has so many Irish people in Liverpool, folks, it's unbelievable. I've been a few times, but I think it was the last you go in there, and it's just anybody who walks about, it's fully Irish students as well, so it is. Everywhere you look, it's just people with GA tops on down there about. They're mad. Yeah, so Kathy Carter's going to be on, plus myself. I'll be playing DJing both gigs, folks. So what we'll put now, I'm just going to do is I'll put in the comments section here, right? Well, I will put up the link to you'll be able to let's see. Hugh says, what's that siren all about? A siren? Where'd you hear a siren from? I didn't hear any siren, did I? Maybe it's just, is yours a siren out in your street, is there? I don't know. Maybe they're coming to take your woman across the road away from your man slobbering about her. Right, so I've just put the link here now, folks, right, in all the chat sections in YouTube and on Facebook. So you go. So the first link is for the gig for Glasgow, and the second Eventbrite link is for the one for Liverpool. So say, folks, they're both, we all heard it. I didn't hear any siren at all. I don't know where it was coming from. We all heard it. Strange. Very, very strange. I heard it. Can you hear? Can you still hear a siren now? No, can you at least hear a siren? I don't know what you're talking about. Let's see. Airborne, I heard the siren too. They are coming from you. Hi, we heard it as well. Was from your stream. I heard it. REC outside. I never heard it. Same here. Was it? What the hell? Can you still hear it now, or was it just for a few seconds or something? Or what the hell happened? That's strange. I never heard any siren at all whatsoever, so I didn't. Along, you're getting lifted, Ro. Well, I'd say they'll be coming here one of these days, so we'll heard it too. So is it finished now? How long was it on for? Because I always listen to the show back on a Monday, so I do. So I'd be in the lorry tomorrow, so also I'll be driving the lorry in the morning, so I'll get it on. So I'll have a wee listen to it, but definitely didn't hear no siren from me, but obviously you all heard it anyway, see us did. So right, so yeah, I'll just put I've just put 3 seconds. No, sound like the police row. Only heard it when you put up the Glasgow gig. Oh right, hold on a second. Right, well I'll do this again. Let's see, and see if the siren comes on. Let's see. Wait a minute. No, it'll do. Right, let's see. I will put just for a wee experiment. Right, I'm going to put my headphones into the wee box thing I have here. Right, that I had on when Clover was on. Wait a minute. Right, so we'll go put it on properly so I can hear it. Right, so I'll put up the thing for the Glasgow gig, the banner, right, and see if this comes on. Let's see, right. So can you hear a siren? Or now? No? I'll put up the one for the Liverpool one then. No, Annie is hearing a siren again there. I don't have the clue. So I haven't what the hell where the hell there's coming from. I have no idea at all. But anyway. Right, so let's see to something back in the comments here. No. Few seconds. I did say about to put the runner. Well, listen, I don't know where the hell that their siren was coming from. God knows. Right, so listen, I put the link up anyway, folks. There are two. If you can just look back at all the comments, I'll just put it in again here now in case anybody's missed it. So this is the link to buy the tickets for both gigs, for Malone's and for the Liverpool Irish Centre, folks. So there are two separate links for Eventbrite. Tickets are £15 plus booking fee. And folks, you're going to be sick listening to me hearing this here, so you are. But until we sell out these shows, you're going to keep listening to me, so you are. So listen, somebody asked me at the start of the show, I'm going to try and find the comments who it was, asked for Gary Ogue, No Time for Love. It's actually a song he's just released in our video there this morning on Facebook, on YouTube as well. So this is one that he put up. I think this was done in the recording shoot, this one. So this is Gary Ogue, folks, with the Legend. Sorry, No Time for Love. Yeah, they're looking for the Legend. So this is, of course, a song, Mandela, the Legend, class song. So many bands covered this song, but this is Gary Ogue's version, the ones you're looking for. So Rebel Sundays, folks, we have another 40 minutes to go today, so get your requests in. If there's any more songs you want to hear, I'll get them on for you. Now the phone that has Spotify on it just disappeared.
Folks,
oh, it's a live version. Here we go.
You've been travelling around the world as you collect a hell of a lot of songs from people as you travel, and we picked this one up in New York City a few years ago, and it's just a wonderful ballad. It's all about a fellow who goes along to Yankee Stadium to watch the great Nelson Mandela address the crowd. He comes away from that experience and realizes that everything that Nelson Mandela had to say was very relevant to him as an Irish American in his relation to the struggle back home. And he went home and he wrote a song that became known affectionately as The Legend, but its real title is called Mandela. And I ask you to bear with me on this one because it's really worth a listen.
spent just the other night at the Yankee Stadium underneath the lights. I heard the man speak on years and years in jail. His name it was Mandela, and he came to tell his tale. Well, the crowd, they cheered him loudly, but then the silence fell as he spoke about the hard years in a South African cell. And though he was free, his heart still feeling the pain, for his country and his people was still held down by apartheid's chains. He said he hoped that we would join him and that we'd walk down freedom's path, and these roads would be the hardest, oh, but they would be the last. And to join hands together, just so that we might be as one, and to bring ourselves to the cause so that this battle could be won. I went home to bed that evening, I went to sleep and I had a dream. I was standing in the pouring rain in an Irish field of grain, and all around the headstones were the martyrs of the past. I stood there in silence, and they spoke to me at last. Well, Kevin Barry is my name, and I was tortured in a cell. Oh, they wanted the names of my comrades, oh, but this I would not tell. And I am Roger Casement, and I was hanged in London town for bringing German rifles to the lonely Bannisterans. And James Connolly is my name, and the working people, they were my life. When they shot me down in Kilmainham jail, there was strife. And I am Patrick Pearce, and I was shot down by the cold, for I read the proclamation from the steps of the GPO. Voice that I heard, he said my name is Bobby Sands, and it's good to hear Mandela's words. They are ringing through the land. I want to hear them in Belfast and in Derry and Tyrone, for maybe then those English soldiers will know it's time to go home. I awoke the next morning, oh, I remember them all. And who would have believed that they would have torn down the Berlin Wall? And oh, says Mandela, oh, could this really be? Baby, now we'll see Ireland reunited and free.
Wow, what a version there, folks. There's a sound of Gary O with the legend Mandela. Fantastic version. It's recorded, I think that might have been this live in Australia one, so it might have been. Not sure, but yeah, great version. Seemed to be a bit of clicking there at the start of it, but it was a live version, so it was just for these comments I've seen here. Big Smash, the legendary Big Smash, folks, from Fianna. You know who he is. He had to bring us up, didn't he? He says, Big Ro has been known to hit the phantom power button before. In case you don't know what the phantom power, folks, is, it's on a desk. It's basically, if you're not using like a condenser mic or something, or an electrical basically input into the desk, it basically mocks up the whole sound when you're recording or doing something. So in Bundoran, about 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, the last time actually he was there. So Fianna was playing my wee stage outside, and obviously I always record it, so do and put it on as a proper podcast. But thought it was all going grand. Fianna was playing, and Alan Quinn was played, Podgy played as well, and Barry Davey. And then when I went there and listened back to it, it just sounded like all buzzing the whole way through it. And I think it was Big Gary from Fianna who hit the phantom power button by accident on the desk. But obviously Smash is saying here now it was all my fault. But yeah, mate, great weekend that was. I have to say. Right, my man's just jumped in here. Yeah, Frank McGart, Crappie Boy for the Landlord. Yes, well, my dad doesn't always ask for a song, so and we'll get that on for him in the next one, so we'll definitely. See, Dave Sinclair, great song. Stevie Holbrook, yep, brilliant song, mate. Big Johan, the Swedish Provo, he says, I'm so glad you have an after party on the Sunday as well, so I can have a real Rebel Sunday. Just on the gig as well, I'd mentioned there are obviously a few people who are going to be working at it or taking part. My ma Kate's going to be doing the door. Obviously the landlady, you'll know she's the landlady on the night as soon as you get there, she will. And instead of it, my wife Laura will be doing the ballots. Probably Jolene as well. My brother's missus is going to be there. She'll be taking part, helping Laura through it. And I have to say a big mention as well to my sister Anya, who's going to be meeting the kids that night, because still getting used to actually saying the kids after having one child for so long, and then another one comes along, you have to say the kids, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think without her taking Josie and me off the night, Laura definitely wouldn't be able to attend anyway. But so Anya, thank you very much appreciated. I'm sure after this night there, you make me volunteering again to take it to them. So you mean me? But we'll take what we can get. So Mara Burns, great song. Son of Earn 1916. I'll see you in March Row, Glasgow. Happy days, good man yourself. Son of Earn says, yeah, brilliant. Hugh, look forward to seeing you and everybody else there. Let's see. Feed the Bear says, yeah, if we are no back in lockdown before there, mate, don't even say it, seriously. Do not say it there. Let's see. Martin, he says, Hugh, can me and Elaine stay yours for the Glasgow gig? Well, here, he's in Inverness, isn't he? That's some bloody track to get the Glasgow from Inverness. So it is. That's who you are, Hugh, Inverness. Or up or somewhere, right? In it. Right, so what we're going to do next, yeah. So you were talking about the siren there, see where obviously, and somebody had said, can you play No Time for Love? So it'll definitely be it's a good tune to play. So we're going to say the Kelly's main version. Love the way the song is sung. Mickey Kelly does this song on this album. It's phenomenal. So it is. I do have the Christy Moore song, but the version, but see, Marty says, yeah, it's a nice train ride, so it is. Right, here we go. So this is moving on with the show. I have another half an hour to go for you. So this is No Time for Love from Kelly's main, folks, live in Derry on Rebel Sundays, and I'll get my dad's song lined up next for you. Here we go.
They call it the law, we call it internment, apartheid, partition, conscription, and silence. It's the law that they use to keep you and me where they think we belong. They hide behind steel with bulletproof glass, machine guns and spies. And to tell us who suffer the tear gas torture we've been wrong. Well, there's no time for love if they come in the morning. No time to show tears of our fears in the morning. No time for goodbye, no time to ask why. When the sound of the siren is the cry of the morning. They suffered the torture, rotted in cells, they went crazy, wrote letters and died. And the limits of pain they endured, it was loneliness got them instead. When the courts give them to justice as given by well-mannered thugs. And sometimes they fought for the will to survive, and most times just to wish they were dead. Well, there's no time for love if they come in the morning. No time to show tears of our fears in the morning. No time for goodbye, no time to ask why. When the sound of the siren is the cry of the morning. They came for young Francis Hughes and his cousin Thomas McElroy as well. Like they came for Patsy O'Hara, Tony Taylor and some of their friends. In Boston, Chicago, Saigon, San Diego, Palestine, Iraq, Afghanistan, Bogota, Derry, and Belfast. And those places they never made headlines, this never ends. Well, there's no time for love if they come in the morning. No time to show tears of our fears in the morning. No time for goodbye, no time to ask why. And the sound of the siren is the cry of the morning. Your sisters and brothers, the world if I return. For they say you get used to the war, and that doesn't mean that there's war isn't on. For the fish need the sea to survive, like your people need you. And those death squads can only get through to them. At first you can't get through to you. Well, there's no time for love if they come in the morning. No time to show tears of our fears in the morning. No time for goodbye, no time to ask why. And the sound of the siren, sound of the siren, sound of the siren. Is the cry of the morning.
There we go, fantastic. Callie's Men, second song from their album today. And we've just lost our Facebook feed, so let's see, we'll just jump back in here again now before we go on, see, Facebook. Well, here, that wasn't bad. 2 hours and 25 minutes, or sorry, 2 hours and 35 minutes we got out of Facebook today, so For Mr. Zuckerberg can't complain. So the Facebook feed should be starting just right about now for a lost Facebook. James, yeah, well we're back on now to Facebook again. So let's see. Marty says sleeping bags on the floor will do us, mate. We'll be looking for a Sunday dinner. There seems to be laddies all here talking about this here lockdown, these COVID passports and all. It's a strange one. So it is, like, personally, but I'm not going to get into it in the show because I know there's a lot of people for it, a lot of people against it, a lot of people sort of think about, like, it's a dereliction of your freedom and your human rights and all, busy putting these things, like, on us. But I seen a meme there somebody put on Facebook last night, and it sort of struck me, and I think it was Kevin Clark put it up, and it was right. Basically, it said they can basically vaccinate the whole world. So I mean, how much are these vaccines costing? But they can't feed the poor. They can't feed the homeless. And exactly, it is right. Like, I mean, it's a stark reality. So it is. Let's see, Son of Aaron says, yeah, Zuckerberg has become the fan row. He must be, mate. Here, it's been going on for long enough now. Just on that there song there, No Time for Love. Obviously, we played it because the laddies were saying you heard the siren on one of the pictures I put up. And I still, to this day, I don't know what I'll listen back tomorrow and I'll have to see where the hell this here siren was coming from. But see, as a personal experience, obviously that song was talking about house raids and all and everything, whatever, and basically people being lifted for internment. In this very house here, obviously this isn't my own house, it's my mum and dad's house, but I think the first experience I had of probably maybe the British Army and a raid was, like, our house was raided many times. So it was, but I think once, obviously laying in bed, and basically my dad waking me up, and basically just looking up, and this say about coloured Brit, and he's standing basically just with a big machine gun, like you're standing there, like you're going, like, basically a kid laying in bed, and being woke up saying, like, get up, and get up out of bed, and this basically is your Brit standing looking at you with a machine gun pointing down at you. And it's stark reality what happened. Like, I mean, we were raided many times. One of the funny stories was about, obviously, they used to bring in the sniffer dogs into the house, and they brought, I think it was what the hell kind of dog was it? It was like it was a golden Labrador or something it was. And obviously we had this, like, the attic, you know, everybody stores their Christmas decorations and all there. And so they sent poor Ro was baffled by this here siren malarkey. Definitely many am. But yeah, back to the story. But so they brought this here sniffer dog in, so they did, and they brought it up to the attic, and whatever had happened, it turned out the dog was called Lucky, so it was, but it wasn't really very lucky this day, because the dog tumbled out of the attic, down the stairs, all but they had us all locked down the stairs, stood in the living room while they were tearing upstairs apart, and we were all sitting there, and, what the hell was that there? I was just there, the bloody poor dog got bloody fell out of the attic down the stairs. And I think that might have been the last days of its sniffing for explosives or guns, whatever they were looking for in the house anyway. I don't know, but yeah, folks, that there is a stark reality at their song there, No Time for Love, about basically what people went through, many people's families here in West Belfast. Let's see, Marty. Yeah, there's actually a song. I think it was who was playing. There's a video. Or he says, what about the night they came into the PD and they got fucked out within minutes? There's a video there of, I'm trying to remember who it was playing on stage, and the song, was it the song Kinky Boots? Yeah, the band who was playing. It was a real pitch black video, but obviously the Brits come into the PD club, so they did, and the band just started singing Kinky Boots, and they were basically ushered out within seconds again of coming in to the bar. So it was, but yeah, you'll probably find that there on YouTube, the video at their song, very good. So it was. Let's see. Right, so it's very, very rarely my man and dad will be in the house listening to the show together. So it said about, can you play this here song from my dad? So it's Prentice McArt, Crappie Boy. It says it's very rarely he'll get a song on. So I think I may have done this one way last year, the last time he was listening to the show. So this is from my dad, Kevin, say the landlord of the house. So it is. So this is Crappie Boy from Prentice McArt, folks. We're in the last 20 minutes of the day's show.
Early on a day in the spring, and the birds did whistle and sweetly sing. Chin their nose from a tree to tree, and the song that they sang was old Ireland free. As I went down Wexford Street, My own cousin there I chanced to meet, and my own cousin did me betray, and for one bare guinea swore my life away. The Osei marched me through the town to a scaffold where they all stood around, and my own father did me deny, and the redcoats called me the Crappie Boy. And on the scaffold he stood alone. There was none there to call him their own. But his sister Mary kissed him goodbye, and she shed a tear for the Crappie Boy. Farewell, mother and father too. Farewell, Mary, with your heart so true. And a brother Willie who works alone, turning the pike heads on the grinding stone. As I went down Wexford Hill, who could blame me but to cry my fill? The birds they sang of Ireland free, and my brother's wings from the gallows tree. I cursed the orange and I cursed the blue, I cursed the purple and the clergy too. For brother Willie now work alone, turning the pike heads on the grinding stone.
There we go. There's Crappie Boy there for you from Prentice McArt, especially my dad Kevin, who's listening this afternoon downstairs on the big TV there. So we go, I've used the landlord and the landlady both tuning in today, folks. So what have been another 15 minutes late today. Of course, remember, we're only on to 4 o'clock. We're no longer on to 5. Cannot commit to the 4 hours now on Sunday, folks. So hope you do understand what the crack is, you know. So I see Marty just says, yeah, the old songs are the best. I love Raleigh McCorley's song to the tune of Sean South. Actually, so we'll do that. I'll have that lined up there next. So I do, Marty, for you, we're going to do the Marty Higgins version. Of course, Marty's a great fan of the show. It's great to see him back gigging regularly again since he's over here. So he is. He had the one of the last times I was talking to him. He was, before he went back over to Santa Ponds there, he was working doing like a call centre thing from his house, and he was like, "Bro, I'm ready to just kill myself. This thing is just, I don't know, I can't do this." So I think he's out doing van delivery or something now next week. He has to pay the bills anyway. So Marty, fair play to you. If you're listening today, it'd be great to get you on the show again, maybe on the video this time, like we did with Paul and Peter. So we're going to do this one. It's from Marty's album, Lullabies and Battle Cries. Let's see, hold on a second, a few more comments here, just looking through. See, James just said, he says, I had their water, looks refreshing. No, you should have had a beer, but very, very rarely I'll have. I think the last time I had a beer on the show was St. Patrick's Day show, so it was. But actually had one last night. I had like 4 bottles of Coors Light in the fridge, and they were freezing, so they were. And normally I come home from a gig on a Saturday night, it's usually about 2 o'clock in the morning. And my thing is, I don't know if anybody's watched Gold Rush, do you? It's on like Discovery Channel. I love it, but it's probably a geeky thing. But it's with these guys in America who are gold miners, so it is, and it follows them over the course of a season. And it's on a Saturday, so I always record it. And whenever I come home from a gig on a Saturday night, I sit and watch it. So last night it says I'm going to have a beer and watch this. And it's the same thing every week without fail. Of all intentions of sitting watching this program, see 10 minutes into it, I'm like. So Laura will either Bertie wake up and phone me down, go you come to bed or whatever, or I wake up normally, which is I woke up this morning at Bertie, I think it was 3:30 or near 4:45 or something. Laying sore neck, everything. Laying the tea, and obviously the Gold Rush had finished an hour ago. So I'll try to get it watched again, but It's every week. I can never go straight to bed on a Saturday. So I always need to sit down, have a wee cup of something, cup of tea or a beer. But as soon as I sit my arse down that sofa, that's me, bang, out for the count. So it is. So yes, James, it does look rather fresh as it is, but there'll be no beer today because I'm working in the morning, mate. So listen, folks, we'll have probably fitting our 3 songs in for you. So as we were talking about the Marty Higgins song, Marty was looking to play the Ronnie McCorley's. This is from Marty's album, Lullabies and Battle Cries. This song, of course, goes to the theme of Sean South, but the Sean South song goes to the theme of Ronnie McCorley, not the other way around. Just so because the Ronnie McCorley song is the original one, and Sean South. But when we had Marty Higgins on the show the last time, he spoke about this here, and he says, I love playing this here Ronnie McCorley song because obviously when you have he calls them the young team, obviously the younger ones in a bar, so he'll be starting off playing it, and he's ready to belt out Ronnie McCorley, and he says all of a sudden all the young ones all start singing Sean South. He's like, no, that's not it. So here we go. It's Marty Higgins with the Lullabies and Battle Cries album. It's the ballad of the brilliant Ronnie McCorley.
I see the host of fleet-foot men who sped with faces wan from farmstead and from Fisher's Cot along the banks of Bann. They come with vengeance in their eyes. Too late are they. For young Roddy McCarty goes to die on the bridge of Tim today. But last he stepped up the streets, the shining pike in hand. Behind him marched a grim array, a stalwart of Lairdis band. For Antrim town, he led them to the fray. And young Roddy McCurley goes to die on the bridge of Tim today. And up the narrow street he steps, smiling, proud and young. About the hemp rope on his neck, the golden ringlets clung. There was never a tear in his blue eyes, both sad and bright are they. For young Roddy McCarley goes to die on the bridge of Tim today. Mother Ireland, you love them still the best. Those fearless men who fight and fall upon your helpless breast. There was never a one of all your dead more bravely fell in fray than he who marches to his fate on the bridge of Tim today. Because he loved his motherland, because he loved the green, he goes to meet a martyr's fate with proud and joyous gleam.
But true to the last, but true to the last, he treads the upward way. And young Roddy McCarthy goes to die on the bridge of Chim-Titty. And young Roddy McCarthy goes to die on the bridge of Chim-Titty.
There we go. That is Ronnie McCorley there, brilliant version from Marty Higgins' album Lullabies and Battle Cries. That was dedicated to Marty Heaney, that one, who had just said here that was basically the first song that he had played, learned to play in the Hillhead Hibs band in South Derry on the accordion. Marty, you're a dark horse, didn't know what there is here. You can play the accordion. Stevie Holbrook confesses to play the tin whistle. Hugh can play the bass guitar. All we need as a singer and a guitar, we'll get a wee band going so well. Let's see, Arthur Taylor says, up the Rebs from Paradise Way, Glasgow. Arthur Taylor, yep, I'm on the Hibs. So the match will be kicking off in about 10 minutes. Yep, thanks for a song from the home country. See, these were talking about there about, let's see, Stevie was talking about going over to see Beaver over in, let's see, where is it? Beaver asked me to go to the Port Soy in February. I may take him up on that there. See, I had to talk about Port Soy. You know what? It sounds similar to me. If anyone has ever watched, Jesus, Still Game in the episode where Winston goes to Finport, is it? He goes to, and as he had enough of Buddy Craig Lang. I'm going to move him to Finport. It was like Paradise of Finport, and obviously the two lads, Victor and Jack, went to go and find them. And it just turned out it was a real shithole, so it was like, Kip. And he couldn't wait to get home again, so he couldn't. Yes, Finport. That's what they're at their Port Soy reminds me of, or saying. That's what it sounds like, just a bit of a kip in the middle of nowhere, so it does. But, right, moving on with last 2 songs of the day, folks. We're going to rattle through for you, because I need to get home and get some shit done. Here we go. So, as we always play Willie and Danny on the show, so do every week, folks. Try and play a couple of different versions. This is the one that's on my album, Rebs for Hope. One of the best versions, I had to say. Kieran Davenport and the mandolin. This version is just phenomenal. So this is Glass Nevin, Conor Kelly, Kieran Davenport with Baldwally and Danny, folks. Lovely cracking song. So it is. Here we go. So we're doing the last 2 tunes, and that'll be us for this afternoon. Here we go.
Try to sing some songs of glory, sing some songs of peace. But in the end, it's the same old story. They're both too hard to read. The people tell me they're sick and they're tired of seeing this place in town. But I say, take the blindfolds off, you hypocrites, and help us get our figure out. And please say there's a soul. Why within there we had to go. The reasons may be clear. They can down their lives for us year after year. 70 shots between each body knots. One of those bullets spins.
I'm up for every trigger you pulled that morning. A volunteer with a list for 5 doghouse. Here lived him lying there. The priest was turned away. So that's another step below for those SAS bastards will never forget the day. And please say it's so. While Willie Daddy had to go, the reason's very clear. Until they get down their lives for us here at the yield. The funerals were to prove their worthiness. Thousands from the roots. Whilst the postal boys hovered helplessly overhead, the rock came as a sword. The empty tin magazines over its coffin as defiantly the crowd was still. So as another day times, but it comes to be yet again, 'cause Willie and Danny hop around. And please say it's so. While Willie and Danny had to go, the reasons very clear. And they get down their lives for us here at the year. Please say it's so. While Willie and Daddy had to go, the reasons very clear.
Yeah, it's Glasnevin there, folks. It's in a Willie and Danny class song. Just love that one. But just so you know again, that's not the version I want played at my funeral when I'm getting sent down to get burnt. I want the Kelly's Men live version live at the. So my man and dad's here now, so they can listen to this, okay? Make sure you tell Laura and everybody else. Whenever I'm getting sent down at Roselawn, or wherever it is, to get burnt, when the day comes, the song I want to be played is Willie and Danny from Kelly's Men live in Derry. So folks, you can all hear it, okay? So a few of you might be there. So that's the song I want played. So there's nobody can say I didn't know what song you want, but he played. So there you go. Right, so you've seen the start of the show, folks. We'll put this here up. Basically in memory of Big Skin. Obviously, he passed away. That was last Friday, the Friday before. So I said I was going to put up his funeral arrangements for any of you in Glasgow or maybe heading over. This is going to be the details, okay? So listen up. But this is posted from Glasnevin's Facebook page. You can go to Glasnevin's page on Facebook and find out yourself, but I'll give it out. So it says, hi everyone, funeral arrangements for Stephen Skin Riley, please share. So Tuesday the 23rd of November, so what's this Tuesday? Stephen's hearse will make its way from Bells Hill to the Squirrel Bar in Glasgow at approximately 5:10 p.m, where people are invited to gather and pay their respects to Big Skin. From there, he will make his way along the London Road past Salt Lake Park and then to the Real McCoy, where it will pause for both locations for a brief moment. Then Stephen's body will then be received at St Patrick's Church in Shotts at 6:30 p.m. So Wednesday the 24th, the next day, then the Requiem Mass will be held at 1 p.m. in St Patrick's Church in Shotts, after which Stephen will be taken to the Holy Town Crematorium at 2:30 p.m. The family would like to then invite all of Stephen's friends to the Glencairn venue, Rutherglen, to celebrate Stephen's life afterwards. So folks, there you go. That was taken from the Glasnevin's page on Facebook. So any of you that want to head to Skin's funeral arrangements on Tuesday and Wednesday, that was all the full details there for you. So it was, so again, so I'm going to finish up. I played the tune there at the start, the ballad George and Pop before Skin. So one song, probably you'll never even hear me playing this show again, folks. You won't. I'm going to play it now, but it's a cracking song. I'm going to do it for all the Hibs fans. You'll probably hear it there getting belted round. Basically, the the National Stadium here now at Hampton right now. So we're going to finish up the show, folks, with a bit of the Proclaimers of everybody. So here we go. So this is the Proclaimers with a crass song. This is for all the Hibs fans. Because we know they're green and white today, playing against the Cream Buns. Hopefully they knock them out and we'll get the M's in the final. So this is the last song of the day, folks. The Proclaimers, for all you Scotties as well. This is Sunshine and Leith. And back in next Sunday, folks. We'll see us all then. Cheers. Sing along. Sing it proud. There we go, folks. That's for all the Hibbies fans today here taking on the Cream Buns at Hampton. Hopefully, it does all a favour. Knock them out and give Giovanni a good start to his tenure at Ibrox or Ipox, whatever you want to call it, the Temple of Doom. Folks, what's us? We want to love yous and leave yous well over the time. So thank you very much. Thanks to everyone who's left the wee tip or donation today. Again, folks, if you haven't and you can, just scan the wee code there or just send me something to PayPal me /DJ Rose Show. Anything you can spare, folks, will keep the show going this Sunday. Thanks to everyone who's given me a wee donation on bank transfer as well today. You're all legends, the laddies. You all know what anyway, folks. So back again next Sunday for you, folks, at back again next Sunday at 1 o'clock till 4. So until then, I'm going to see you. And as usual, we're going to finish up the show, folks, with Around the Vein. So, folks, here we go. I'll see you all next Sunday at 1 o'clock. Back then. Thank you very much. Chucky Arla.
Safi Alligator, winds are slow, her tender rannikum, they buzz space hair, shanty, a shunshire pasta, the akbar, pantera, not the top. And got my in Sabarnoel, they gone their kill on Bosno Sill, they gone their scrape, they labot na be lit, Charlotte cannon around the vein. Thanks very much, good night, God bless you all. Chuck you.
You have been listening to Rebel podcast of Rory Carson. To listen to this and past episodes again, and to also check out future episodes, keep an eye on our official SoundCloud page. We're also available on all social media outlets. Just search Rebel podcast. Bhí sé bh géisteach an sin leis an fád cruailí Rebel le Rory McCarson. Le héisteach le seo agus hir hagran a ríis, agus na hagran atá le teach, caisúil ar siú efigil sugin ar SoundCloud, agus táid ar fáil ar gach cinneal ardan ar na main thuisiilta. Ní mór dit ag fád cruailí Rebel a curda.